Hopefully the mic is working okay. You'll have to give me a moment. I'm getting everything set up. I've got a couple more things going on this stream, so you'll have to bear with me. Hi, Athena. Hi, Doug. Hi, Sam. Good to see you guys. Hi, Kayla. Welcome. But why are you live when I'm going to school? I'm sorry, Mitz. My sleep schedule at the moment is definitely very interesting. Good to see you, though. C2, hello, you're live and I just woke up not too long ago. Oh, that's awesome. I'm so glad. Lovely to see you. Welcome. Also, I do have a little bit of background music. If it's too loud or too quiet, let me know. I don't want it to be too loud, but let me know if you want me to turn it up. I can definitely, if you guys can hear it, but yeah. Jordan, good to see you. Hello. Oh, that's lovely. Welcome. Blaziken Knight, hello. Good to see you. Duck, hi. Hi, Buttercup. I'm in school right now. I just wanted to stop in and say hi. Oh, hi, Duck. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well. Welcome, welcome. Oh, that's lovely. Rick, hello. Can't stay and watch, but if I find out that Latios ended up somewhere but S tier, I'm going to be very grumpy. It's always the little subtle nods at the start of the stream where they're like, if I find out that you didn't give this Pokemon the rating that I think it deserves, then it's on site. But I will say, Rick, I don't think you have to worry about those ones. All right. No, good to see you though, Rick. Hi, Ash. Good to see you. Mekonomi, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. I just want to make sure. I'm going to turn the stream music up a little bit more because I don't know if it's coming through quite enough or not. And I don't want it to be like super quiet. I think we should be good to go. Hello. I had a very rough night. I woke up at 1 a.m. and I didn't get back till 5 a.m. Oh no, that is not fun, C2. I hope you're doing better today. Place that Aron into S tier for me. We'll get into it. We'll get into the ratings here in a second. So it's been a little while since I've done a ranking, if you will, for shiny Pokemon. Since I've done my last tier list. The last one obviously I did was Johto, and now we're gonna do Hoenn. I feel like I do this disclaimer every time I do one of these tier list videos because I know a lot of people do also watch these ones back. But obviously this is just my opinion. All I'm going to be doing is solely going based on the shiny Pokemon, my opinion of the shiny, and that's kind of how I'm going to go through rating it. So I'm going to be honest with what I think. I don't hate any of these Pokemon. This is just going to be my opinion, what I think of the shiny personally, and I will rate it accordingly. So kind of a disclaimer with that. If you don't agree with my opinion, that's totally okay, but don't be rude and don't be argumentative to those people who don't, you know, agree with you or maybe have, you know, share the same opinion. Be fair about this. We're all open to our opinions, but this is going to be purely mine, so please don't take offense if I don't rate Pokemon the way that you think that they should be rated. This is just what I feel, so mandatory disclaimers being put out there. We should be good to go. Wish I'd seen the last two. Kanto will always have a special place in my heart, and there are a lot of good shinies in Kanto for sure. Yeah, I got you, C2. Well, fingers crossed you start feeling better soon. But if I can't make it to Aron, tell it has a Sigma color palette and start dying noise. No, Mitz, that's so sad. Oh, Nexus, hi. Zane, hello. Shadford, hello. I can already see Nosepass crying. We'll get to Nosepass. There's quite a few Pokemon we have to rank here, so this is probably going to be a little bit of a longer one, and I like to just take my time. I'm losing my voice today, holy smokes. Saber, good to see you, welcome. Kira, hello. Yes, I love Gen 3 as well. For those of you who don't know, Gen 3 is one of my favorite generations of Pokemon. It has some of my favorites and some of my least favorite Pokemon, so very polarizing, but I love it for that. So good to see you, Kira. Good morning, Buttercup. I'm really excited for this stream. No pressure for any opinions given. Always sending my support. Aw, thank you, Nexus. I appreciate that very much. Lovely to see you. And yeah, I love these streams. I love watching people's opinions. I never get offended when I see them. I just like to get to know people better. And I'm like, you can kind of get a gauge for people's, you know, their preferences and tastes through these kinds of things. So I think some of these will not be a surprise to you guys, and some of them may be. So we'll just see how we go with it all. I think in general, Gen 3 has a banger shiny list. I agree with you, Mitz. Saber, I'm excited as well. I think we'll get started here in a second. Hi, Jason. Good to see you. I hope you're doing well. Same, well, Shedinja isn't the best shiny, but it's okay, though. We'll get into it. We'll get into it, and we'll see how we go. Now, as always, I have taken out any megas as well, because I'm not doing megas in this. I'm not doing, like, alternate forms, so anything like that at the moment. I might save that for another time once we've done all the generations, and then I could go and rank megas and you know, all the other versions of variants of Pokemon. I do have the different variants of cast form here, but that's about as far as it goes. Blaziken S tier because I use him on Pokemon Unite. Well, this is the thing. Remember with this, I am not rating the actual Pokemon. I'm rating the shiny and what I think of the shiny on the Pokemon. So I may have a Pokemon here that I really love, but maybe I don't love the shiny so much. And I'll kind of elaborate on that as we go. So it'll be good. Zayn, hello, welcome. Is this released in Gen 3, all Pokemon as of Gen 3? So I've already done Kanto in the past, and I have done Johto as well. So I have done streams ranking those shinies, and it's been a little bit since I did the last one. I find with these kind of videos, you know, you gotta be ready to handle some people not agreeing, but that's okay, it happens. Hoenn was my first gen that I properly played through. Hi Gamer Plays, good to see you. Oh, you want Wooper? Wooper is adorable, yeah. Grappler, thank you so much for the $2 donation. That is so sweet. Thank you, Grappler. Oh, that's really precious. Hi, this is for Pochi. Pochi's in my lap right now, and she says, thank you very much, Grappler. Hey, Albert, good to see you. Welcome. Banoffee, hello. You did catch a stream. Lovely to see you today. Kyrijin, I got a shiny Lotad in Pokemon Go today. Again, no way. Well done. Iman, hello. Good to see you. I first got into Pokemon with Gen 4, but my first ever game I've ever played was Sapphire, so I'm biased towards Gen 3. Totally valid. I feel like I'm very similar with you. I did play Gen 3 before Gen 4, but I owned Gen 4. I borrowed a copy of Sapphire from someone to play it. It's shiny as fits his personality. Totally fair. Pro passes F tier. It's the principle. I don't actually have an F tier here, which I'm kind of curious as to why I don't have F tier. But you guys get the idea with the ranking. S tier is like perfect, amazing, wouldn't change it. I think they've done an amazing job. I couldn't do better even if I tried. And then D is obviously like, it's not my favorite. I think there could be improvements. So this is going to be, like I said, my opinion. Don't get mad. You're allowed to tell me if you disagree and what you disagree with me about. That's totally fine. But let's keep it reasonable here. Airheads love airheads alive. Ooh, I've never had an airhead. We don't really have them here. My first gen one with was the yellow version. Oh, that's really cool. That's really cool. First gen. Yeah, that's awesome to say. We can do new tiers. I don't think I've ever done F though. I think I've always just done these 5. So we're going to stick with it. Why not? Hi, Louie. Good to see you. We need an F tier for Dustox and Vigoroth. Oh, that's so sad. S tier as in Skibidi. Oh no, Louie. It's begun. Hi, Matthew. Good to see you. I found a shiny Alolan Dugtrio and shiny Lurantis in the same Dynamax adventure today. Oh, that's awesome, Matthew. Congratulations. All right, guys. Well, I think we're going to go ahead and we're going to get started. And we're going to start from the beginning of Gen 3 with the starters. And I just want to say, before I get really into this, I think that Hoenn has some of the strongest starters, like in terms of design, of any generation. I will say I also feel that Gen 7 Alola is up there as well, but I think if you're going to get any of these starters, you're not going to be complaining. The designs are great, I think the evolutions are all great, and I also think that all the shinies are pretty darn good. So Trico. Trico is a top Pokemon of mine. I love Trico a lot. The shiny? I think it's really good. I like the shiny a lot. I think that Trico is such a cool Pokemon that you could put almost probably any color on it and it would have worked really well. But I do like this color palette for Trico, and for me, I don't think I would want to change it. So with that, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to personally put Trico in S tier. I think it's a really nice shiny. Like I said, I like the red and the green. I think it complements each other well. I'm a big fan of this shiny personally. Sableye, the little insect haunts me in Unite. Oh no, that's so sad. Gen 3 definitely is one of the top tier starters for me, and I haven't even played the Gen 3 games yet. You're in for a treat when you do, Nexus. They're great. Altla, hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Hello, hello. Crazy Lemon, welcome. Oh, 405 for you. Dang. Agreed, I can't choose between them. They're fantastic. They've done such a good job with these starters, and I was just like, you know, who would have expected the third generation of Pokemon, not knowing what we know now about the future generations? Who could have expected out of nowhere the third, what is it? Not a sequel, but like, you know, we've got Gen 1, then Gen 2. I feel like maybe Gen 2, it's probably one of the lesser talked about Pokemon generations now, but Gen 3 came out with bangers all around, in my opinion. So listen, I love it. Is Combuskin OG sprite? I don't think that it is. These are probably, I believe these are the home sprites for this tier list. This was the one that I found, and this is one I've been using. So I'm going to go with the models used on this tier list. But obviously some of these shinies do look different throughout different generations and different games. But I'm going to be referring to the specific, the color palettes used in this tier list, just to make things a little bit easier. The Gen 3 starters all look sweet now after the Combuskin rework. Oh, yeah, they do look good. Now, moving along here to Grovyle. I mean, Grovyle's another really cool Pokemon, and it has pretty much the same shiny change as Trico. It's that, like, I don't know if it's quite an emerald. It's like a jade green. It's really, really vibrant, and I like this, like, this reddy orange color. I don't know. It feels fun and exciting, and I like that a lot. And for me, it also goes on S tier. Now, I will say, Sceptile. Sceptile definitely takes on a slightly different green to its first two evolutions. And it gets a little bit more of like an icy look to it. Like, you know those plants you see that grow in the snow? Like how the green is almost like a little bit blue looking? I feel like it takes on that look. And I'm going to be honest, I really like it. I really do like it for this Pokemon, for the shiny. So looking at just the shiny and how I think it complements the design, I think it also gets to go an S. For me, this line is an S tier shiny line. I think it's fantastic across the board. I really, really like it. I think it works well. I think it works really well. So for me, I'm putting the whole Trico line there for me personally. Thank you, Courageous. Jordan, congratulations. It's amazing. Well done. Rayquaza is a guaranteed S tier, surely. We'll see when we get there. Hey, Louie, we'll see. Aron is such a beautiful light blue color. I love it. Yeah, there's a lot of great shinies in this generation. Third time's the charm. That's it, Mitz. Find another shiny. Oh, you found a shiny Wooloo in Pokemon Go today. Well done. That's awesome. I'm sure your mum will love getting the extra Wooloo. The 3D version sucked. I mean, for some of them, I do think it made them pop a little bit more. I think there's good ones and there's not so good ones. So give and take, if you will. Silcoon is S tier. Ooh, okay. Very interesting. We've got many opinions here. I like it. I'm gonna get into it. I'm gonna get into it and we'll talk about it as we get there. Mewtwo S tier, Darkrai S tier, Arceus S tier. I think that's pretty reasonable. All right, moving on to Torchic. Torchic, this sweet little baby. I love Torchic a lot. Torchic is a very nostalgic Pokemon once again for me. I mean, all these starters are, to be honest, but my neighbor that I grew up with, her favorite Pokemon was Blaziken. And so I always had like an extra sweet spot for Torchic, personally. I think it's super, super cute, and I do really like the shiny. In my opinion, it is my favorite shiny of this line. So for me, I put Torchic in S. I think it's really nice. I like that it's yellow. With yellow, I mean, I guess you could say it's an orange that complements him, but they're such similar shades in my opinion, and it works well. It doesn't make it quite like a flat monotone color, but it still works for the design, and it still looks like a fire type, so I like it a lot. I think it's nice. Gonna stick around till I get hungry, and then I'll go grab some food. No worries at all, Albert. Gen 6 and 7 messed it up. Oh, what, with the sprites? Sceptile went bald. I like that. I'm doing good, King Sirius. Good to see you. Oops, or S tier. Had you for the Trico line. I also really like Shiny Sceptile's subtle light blue shade. I do. I think it's nice. I do. Yeah, the flame chicken. I must go. My people need me. No worries, Mitz. Good to have you. Torchic is the only good one. Sorry, Blaziken Nation. Yeah, I'm going to get into some opinions here. These are just my opinions. I love Combuskin and I love Blaziken. As Pokemon, I think they're really, really cool. Although I do wish that I could have a little bit more from the shinies here personally. I think Combuskin is a little bit better. I think it changes a little bit more, which I do like. But I do want more for this as a starter Pokemon. You guys know I'm pretty firm on this kind of thing. Even if a Pokemon is really cool, there are some shinies that I'm just like, I wish I got a little bit more from this. And essentially, if you guys have watched my other tier lists, D is almost exclusively reserved for Pokemon that just really almost don't change. Now, I can't put Combuskin there. I think I'd put Combuskin... It's hard. I'd probably put it in a low B or a high C. I think because it starts with a C, I'm going to put it in a C for the shiny. And no, that feels kind of wrong. I'll say a B. I'll say a B because I think it is a lot more obvious. Whereas for me, Blaziken, I mean... I love Blaziken. I think Blaziken is one of the coolest Pokemons that there is. I think it's such a cool design. I don't know how they made a fire chicken look so epic. I don't know how they did that. But I think with the shiny, it falls a little bit flat for me. And I would have, like, imagine, and I know this is a cop-out, right? You can't just say every shiny can be black or white and it looks great. But imagine if they had have, like, made that, like, that darker orange-red color like a black. That would have looked so good. And then change the yellow to the red. That's what I would probably do if I was going to make this shiny. So I'm a big fan of it. I'm a big fan of Blaziken, but I'm not a big fan of the shiny. I think, and I hate to do this, but for the shiny alone, I have to put it in D. Blaziken deserves better, in my opinion. Change the world, my final message. I will try, Mitz. I will try. You take care. Torchic looks more like a real chicken as the shiny, so I love it. Yes, Aglinus. I agree with you. I agree. I really do. Sceptile looks like a water grass type with the shiny. It does. It kind of looks like it takes on that sort of aquatic, cool water look, and I like that. Now, this is my personal favorite starter from when I was a kid, like very beginning, like first time playing a main series game. I chose Mudkip. I have a soft spot for Trico because it was my partner Pokemon I chose in Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time. I got Skitty on the quiz, and then Trico I chose as my partner. I don't know why I decided to have a normal grass type team, but hey, I got through the game with it, so listen, my gaming abilities have definitely gone downhill since then. That was my peak, obviously. However, Mudkip was my favorite in the main series game, and it is what I chose. I actually believe I got to the Elite Four in that copy of the game without actually evolving my Mudkip because I loved it so much as this cute little first stage. So the shiny, it carries along across the whole line. You got Mudkip, Marshtomp, and Swampert here. All of them look great. In my opinion, this is a perfect line. I love what they've done with the shinies. I don't care if it's loud or it's too much to some people. I think it looks really, really good. So I'm definitely happy to put that at S tier. I think it deserves it, honestly. Like the first stage for all the starters deserve S tier for the rankings on the shinies, in my opinion. I think they're all really nice. Blaziken shiny just went +10 saturation, pretty much, which for me, like, it's very hard to tell, which sucks because it's such a cool Pokemon. Combustion Sprite, I can't not think of it as something. Oh, yeah. It is a strange looking a silhouette for sure. I know, Blaziken Knight, I'm sorry. And you know, the thing is, I love Blaziken. If this was my opinion on Blaziken, it would be an S tier. But just going off of the shiny, it deserves a little bit better. Should have been brown all over, so it's fried chicken. Oh my gosh. Yeah, Mudkip supremacy, that's it. Did you guys know I like Mudkips? Blaziken is pretty cool, but I agree that the shiny could have had more added to it. From first glance, it almost looks the same as the original. It is. And you're not having them side by side. When you just see it on its own, you'd almost just think that that was almost a regular Blaziken, you know? Gotta say, I love the Mudkip line until I realized that every blue Pokemon turns pink. All of the blue to pink are mid. See, this is where I can understand where you're coming from. And for some Pokemon, I don't like that with the pattern. But I love pink, so I'm a little bit biased when it comes to that. But I recognize it. Mudkip. Yep, that's it. I'm doing good. I myself caught a shiny Kanto Persian this morning on Pokemon Violet. Congratulations, King. That's awesome. Mudkip Nation, that's it. It's a great shiny line. It's obvious. You're not going to miss it. It looks good. It's complementary with the orange and like that purpley magenta. I think it's a really, really good one. And now getting into Poochyena and Mightyena. Okay. You guys, if you've seen my other tier list, you'll know I'm not usually a big fan of Pokemon that turn that kind of like sepia filter look. It's not usually my favorite look. However, I will say I don't hate it on Poochyena and Mightyena. And I think the reason is, especially with Mightyena, I feel like the pop in its eyes with being blue actually works really, really well. I wouldn't have expected there to be any blue in the shiny. You can't really see it because the sprite is so small, but I just know this just because of having seen it. And I really, really do like that. And I think in a way, like the sepia on these Pokemon, it kind of makes them look a little bit more wolf-like to me, which I kind of don't hate. Don't get me wrong, I don't think it's an S-tier pair of shinies, but I don't think that they're going to be ranked as low as what I normally put sepia tone shinies. So I think for myself, I would put them in B. They'd probably be lower B, to be honest. I think there's a lot more that you could do with them. But I think of all of the sepia tone shinies that I've seen, these are probably two of the ones that I like the most, you know? So, and back then, for those of you who don't know, shiny Pokemon in these generations were computer generated. So someone didn't design these colors, a computer just picked them, which is why there's a lot of like similar reoccurring patterns amongst these generations with what colors turn to what color shinies. So, and you know, over time, some of them have been refined and changed a little bit, but that's, you know, it's understandable if that was kind of the formula they were going with. Not the biggest fan of sepia shinies. I don't hate it on these two, personally. The palette swap algorithm just kept changing the blues to pinks. Mudkip, Wailmer, Kyogre. Yes, that is true. That is true. The gold dogs are level 43. Nice. But not, gosh, I remember when that meme was everywhere. I like Mudkips. Yeah, it was a classic meme in the Pokemon community in the day. I still remember it fondly. Mightyena looks better of the two. I do agree with you. I do think Mightyena does look better. I think I like Poochyena. Like, if I was gonna be like pedantic about this, I'd be like, okay, yes, Mightyena. Like, but I'm not doing it like where they fall on the actual tier. But this is just the tier that I would put them in. I don't just dislike them at all, to be honest. I never used the Mudkip line. I always pick Torchic. It's a very cool line, and Blaziken's very strong. Ooh, now we have Zigzagoon and Lanoon. I feel like this might upset some people. I'm not the biggest fan of the standard shiny for Zigzagoon. I'm gonna be honest. It's not my absolute favorite. I don't hate it, but I don't love it. I don't want to upset people, but I gotta be honest. This is me giving my honest opinions. I'm not gonna be swayed by what other people think. I think for me, Zigzagoon shiny, yes, it is a change you can notice, so it will not go in D tier, because like I said, D is pretty much for Pokemon that really hardly change. Zigzagoon does change, but it's not like the most exciting thing for me to look at personally. And it's a cute Pokemon, which it saves it a little bit, but I want more from this again. I just want more from Zigzagoon, so I'm sorry to do this, but I have to put it in C tier. I do have to put it in C tier. And this is going to be a little bit contradictory. I try not to be contradictory, but I'm going to explain my logic here. I like Lanoon a little bit more. And I think it's because it doesn't have so much of that like orangey brown on it. I think it's got more of like that cream sort of color. And once again, I think with the shiny color on the eye, I think it's a little bit better. Is it my favorite again? No. I want more again for Lanoon because it's such a cute Pokemon. I'm really tempted to put it in C as well, but I would rank it higher than Zigzagoon. I feel like Lanoon, we'll put it in B, but I might change that around a little bit later. We'll see how I feel, but I think it's one of those things where it's like it's in the middle, and that's kind of what B is. It's like it's all right. Like it could be better, it could be worse. That's kind of what I see B as, you know? Mudkip can learn Hydro Pump at level 43 in Gen 3. I actually did it and I found out by watching a video. Oh, that's cool. I didn't know that. Vix, hello. Good morning. Getting ready for work. I'll be popping in and out. No worries, Vix. Lovely to have you. You have a good one. And hopefully I'll kind of get to chat with you throughout the stream. Yeah, the blue is such a nice touch for the shiny. I agree. It is good. Yeah, 43 does seem odd. Shining Starlight, hello, good to see you. Because it was an algorithm, it really makes you appreciate the really good shinies because they were very much, could have gotten some stinkers for Rayquaza, Giratina, etc. But the algorithm put out bangers. We did get some really good ones. You know, they had to be good with the bad. Totally normal. Be at best for the line, but they're not bad. That's, yeah, I feel that. I don't hate it, but I think if they were going to do, like, if it was going to be orange, I would rather it be a more true orange. Do you know what I mean? Make it look like a creamsicle, you know? Zigzagoon and Lanoon are just off-brand Sentient and Fruit. Dang, that's a hot take, Banoffee. Interesting. Shiny Zigzagoon dislike, that's tragic. I don't like putting shinies in a lower tier. I will still hunt all these Pokemon that I don't think are the best because, you know, that's just how it goes. But you need kind of shiny Pokemon like this that don't stand out as much because they really make some other ones pop, you know? There's diversity. Not all of them could be bangers, you know? If you want to share King Sirius. Zigzagoon honestly looks worse in game. I think it does too. Here it looks a little more vibrant. I'm trying to go more off the models, but it's hard when some of them are so like obviously like, yeah, okay. Zigzagoon just never really... I never was like, oh wow, this is amazing. Like maybe if I had an experience where I had found it, you know, in the wild, not looking for it and just had it pop up, I'd probably have more of a tie to it. But just looking at it like this, it's not my favorite from this gen. That's fair, Grappler. Hi, Sia, good to see you. Yeah, Wurmple. Yes, I was going to say, yeah, we're getting to Wurmple, Silcoon. Why did I say that so weird? And Beautifly here. And then we'll continue on with Cascoon and Dustox. But Wurmple, I like Wurmple a lot, actually. I do like it a lot. I think it's quite pretty. I don't think it's like 110% like perfect, but I think it's really good. So I would put Wurmple in A. I like it quite a lot. Like it's a good change for this Pokemon. I don't know why I can't give it an S. There's something in my brain that's like, it's close, but it's not all the way there. But I'm happy to put that in an A. I think it's really nice. And I think it suits Wurmple pretty well. Silcoon's not bad. Silcoon is one of those ones where I think that because of that little pop of blue on the eye, it's similar to Mightyena here, like where that blue kind of really helps to make it look a lot nicer. I don't think I like it as much as Wurmple, but I don't think it's bad, and I would rate it as a higher B for the shiny, because the thing is here with this, where it's tricky, is, and almost, I could almost put it in A because of this logic, but it's a pretty, like, it's a one color body Pokemon. So the shiny could only really change to one other color. And then you've got the eye. This is really all that they could work with the shiny. So, you know, saying that, like, yes, you could have a very dramatic, like, super obvious change, but I think it's not bad. I don't dislike this. I actually need to hunt these Pokemon. Listen, I'll put it at a high B. I do think it's good. I think it's kind of hard because I think this is a Pokemon that it's kind of tricky to know what to do with the shiny, but I think high B is a good place personally for Silcoon. I really like your thought process on your shiny tier list. I love hearing your true opinions. I have to head to the office, but I'll stop by once more before I clock in for work. No worries, Nexus, no worries at all. I'm glad you're enjoying it, and drive safe. Mass, hello, good to see you. A tier list live stream, huh? Interesting. Yes, we've done Gen 1 and Gen 2 before, but those were a while ago, and Sherry reminded me that I should do another one again soon because it's been a while, and Gen 3 is one of my favorite generations, so I was like, you know what, it's about time. I love how vibrant so many Gen 3 shinies are. Yeah, they're popping and it's great. Hi Lulu, good to see you. Blaziken and S tier, it's so nice. I gotta stick true to my opinions. I can't sugarcoat them, because if I'm doing what other people want, then this isn't my opinions on the shinies. I will say this is just for the shiny. I think for me, if this was an actual Pokemon tier list, I would put Blaziken as a Pokemon in S. So it's just that it doesn't change enough for me to feel like it deserves a lot more for how cool it is, in my opinion. The line kind of sucks outside of Wurmple. I mean, it definitely is a subtle one. Beautifly is a really cool Pokemon. I think what sucks for me about this is that it's like a butterfly Pokemon, and I feel like for the shiny, I guess I would have loved to have seen a lot more color in this. I don't think it's bad. I think it's like another solid shiny, but I don't think it's like all the way there. So for me, Beautifly also is going to go in B tier. It's nice. I don't think it's a bad shiny, but I think it could be better, you know? Ooh, Cascoon. Cascoon is very vibrant. This is like what I was talking about with Silcoon. Like, there's only so much you can do. And Cascoon was kind of the same, but it was like, bam in your face. Bam in your face. This is a shiny. If you see this thing and it's green, you're like, yep, that's a shiny. That's not what it's supposed to be. So for me personally, for Cascoon, I think I appreciate that this is more in your face. I do kind of tend to like loud shinies. I just think that you can't miss them. They're exciting. This might be an interesting take here, but I kind of... Oh, this is hard. Because it's like, you know, how do I think it looks on this Pokemon? If we're going down the route of it's going to a Dustox, it does look more like toxic, you know what I mean? Like more poisonous. And I think that kind of fits the design a little bit more too, if I'm being completely honest. Like, I guess you could use that this is like, oh, it's like a nice and subtle. I think it's going to go B as well. It's another one of those ones, like, I like it. I'm sure that there's something else we could do here. Like, imagine if you turned it, like, I don't know. It's hard. You could do like a... could you play off Dustox as shiny once it gets a new shiny? And like I said, this is obviously me just saying what I think I would do to fix it, to make it a little bit better, in that, in my opinion. And obviously this is just an opinion. But I think... Yeah, I think B. Dustox is a really cool Pokemon. I love Dustox. I think it's awesome. I think, you know, its little moments and cameos in the anime are really cool. Although the shiny is relatively subtle, I don't hate it. I don't hate it on Dustox. And you can tell it's a shiny. Like, you can definitely see like that dustiness that it has, which I don't think is actually a bad thing for Dustox. I mean, it literally has dust in the name. So for some reason, this being muted, I kind of like it for this design. Do I want to go B or do I want to go C? I think I'm going to put it in C. And you know, honestly, maybe a high C. But I think once again, it's one of those things where you could just do a little bit of tweaking and you could get it there. You know what I mean? And I think it's a little bit more could have been done for this, and it could have really taken it quite a bit further. Beautifly is one of my favorites and one of my first shinies. It's a really good one. Like I said, I like it. I do like it. I just think that when I see a butterfly Pokemon, and I'm rating this purely on the shiny, not the actual Pokemon itself, I think I wanted to see a bit more color. I think that's what I want from it, but I do like it. I do like it. Cascade has unmatched swag. S tier. I love it. I love it. Absolutely. Even if people disagree, it's always interesting to see people's opinions and reasons. Don't let us sway you. Thank you, Mass. That's what I try to do. I'm like, I totally understand why people have their opinions, but I was like, if I just do what people want me to do, then it's not really me giving my actual, like, honest opinion about the shinies. And then at that point, why would I even be doing this, you know? So I'm glad you appreciate that, Mass. As a butterfly, I think it should pop more. Yeah, Saber. That's kind of what I'm getting at. I do agree with you on that. Ooh, Lotad Lombre and Ludicolo. Okay. This is going to be an interesting take, but I love Lotad Shiny. I think Lotad Shiny is really, 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 really cool. And this is probably going to shock some people, but I think it's S tier. I think it's really fun. I love the color of the body. I feel like there are not many other shinies, definitely not off the top of my head, that have this vibrant maroon color on it. And it's a combo I don't think I've ever seen on any shiny. So I really like it. I look at this little guy in the shiny and I'm like, this brings me joy. I like it. It's out there, but it's fun and I'm a fan of it. I would say for Lombre, it's not as good in my opinion as Lotad for the shiny. I think it is still pretty fun though. You can definitely tell it's a shiny if you want to go for it. It definitely reminds me of like, you know, the Kappas, you know? I think it kind of reminds me of that with this color palette, which I like. So I'm going to put it in A. I do like it. I think it's not as good as Lotad in my opinion, but it's pretty nice. And Ludicolo is probably my least favorite shiny of this line. I just think it's like, it's like this big, fun and exciting Pokemon. Like I want the shiny to be fun and exciting as well. And I don't think it's bad, but I think it's safe for me to put it in B. Like could be better, could be worse. It's fine, you know? It's fine. Messing with you. I love to hear what you have to say. I always absolutely love Flygon Shiny. Yeah, Flygon's going to be a fun one to get to, and I'm glad. Cascade S Green Shiny Supremacy. I do have a few green shinies in this generation that I do have a big soft spot for. So, Grappler, because it stands out a lot like Melodic. That's it. Yeah, exactly. Interesting. I absolutely get liking more vibrant shinies. I like many, but I also really like subtle ones like Lanoon. I don't know why. I just think Lanoon looks good. I was saying I do think Lanoon looks better than Zigzagoon. I do think for some reason to me it pops more. I just think that like, I don't know. It's hard when I know that Galarian Lanoon also exists, and I'm like, if I would have, instead of doing Galarian Lanoon, I think I just would have wanted that to be the shiny. But then again, I love Galarian Zigzagoon's design, how it alters that, and I love how Galarian Lanoon adds a little bit more edge and character, so I can't really say that, can I? So I don't know. I think it's just for me, it's like, it's not like a shiny I think of and I'm like, I have a big reaction to. And I think like Lotad's not a Pokemon I necessarily have a big reaction to, but if I think about shiny Lotad, I'm like, yeah, that is a cool shiny, you know? So that's kind of like where I'm also going with that. So yeah. Oh, Seedot. I'm gonna be honest, I don't love Seedot shiny. I think it's subtle. It's not D tier because it is a change that you can notice, but it's not, I'd say it's like lower C. Seedot is a really cute Pokemon, and I get like a lot of the body color, the brown is like covered up by the eyes and obviously the little top of the acorn design and its feet, but I don't know what else you could really do with this shiny. Like obviously you could go like a really dramatic route and like make it like purple or something, and like that's cool, but in order to like spruce this up, I don't know how you would do that with Seedot. I just know that it's, to me, it's kind of a little bit like, it's okay. It's kind of forgettable for a shiny for me. Seedot's cute, but it's fine, you know? Aron line is E tier, cough cough. E tier, it's not even on the board. Hi Snowy Town, good to see you. Ludicolo line is all at least A. Lotad is S-worthy in my opinion. That's fair. That's fair. For me, Ludicolo is like a little bit, I don't know. I don't know why for me it's just a little bit, It's not bad, but it's just, it doesn't pop as much as the other two for me personally. Thank you for your best wishes. I work from home, so my office is on the opposite end of the house. Oh, I have to admit, I have a soft spot for shiny Beautifly since I have it in Legends Arceus. I do too. It was a random one I think I found when I was actually going to an outbreak. And I do love it. I do love it. I do think Beautifly is a really cute Pokemon. I just think if I'm really like thinking about it, I think B, but high B for sure. I wouldn't be mad if you gave it an A tier though, to be honest. When are you going to do the hunt of Uxie? We did actually hunt it yesterday for the first half of the stream, and then we switched out and did some DAs, which was fun. Hi Noah, I'm well. How are you? No worries, Aqua. No worries. Gardevoir and S tier. I'm sure we'll get there. We'll get there. Mudkip does not have a better shiny than Wimple. Give me hate. I ain't gonna hate. My opinion is I think Mudkip for me personally belongs S for sure. I don't think I could do my own tier list. I like them all. It's hard because I would not say... I don't have anything lower than a D because I don't hate any shiny Pokemon. I don't hate them. I think, you know, you have subtle ones, you have vibrant ones, you have ones that just work. That's just part of the game. But for me, like, if I really break it down, it takes some time and some thought for me to get through, like, what I'm feeling and working through it. But we get there in the end. I agree. I'm honestly... That's fair if you're not a fan of Mudkip. Not everyone's going to like the pinky, magenta-y colors. I get it. I prefer the standard blue. The blue is clean. I'm glad I have some supporters on this opinion. Yeah, that's what I mean. Like, I'm totally happy for people to disagree, but I got to be honest to what I think personally. Because otherwise, if I'm not doing my own opinion, then what's the point of doing the tier list? Then I'll be like, this is everyone's opinion. And then, you know, so this is just what I think personally. And that's okay if you disagree. And remember, because we have more people here, with this is me just ranking the shiny, not the actual Pokemon, just what I think of the shiny on the Pokemon. Now getting along to Nuzleaf. I don't hate this. I'm not like this is perfect. This is the best shiny ever. But I like it a lot more than Seedot. I know this is going to be odd. I'd probably put Nuzleaf's shiny in a B. I don't think it's bad. I think it's pretty creative. I like it. I think Shiftry, for me, this is going to be odd because I feel like a lot of people will say, if you put Blaziken in D, wouldn't you put Shiftry almost along the same lines? Although I think Shiftry is a more noticeable change. While it doesn't do like a full color palette swap, I weirdly like this shiny a lot. And I don't know why. I don't know why I enjoy shiny Shiftry so much. I think it's because I think this is the color I just want Shiftry to be. The shiny. I don't know. It feels like it's a little bit more like lively to me, which I like. It's not like a vibrant crazy shiny, but for some reason I really like this. And it's gonna be weird, but this is one of those subtle shinies that I'm like, I think it suits it really rather well. And I'm gonna put it in A tier. I know that's gonna be wild. I really like it. I don't know why. I do not know why. And just because, you know, even though I say, oh yeah, bold is good, and you know, a lot of obviously my S tier right now is all bold Pokemon, but I don't always think just because it's bold it's the best choice. You know what I mean? Like I have that for some, and I like Pokemon when they change rather than not having it change really much at all. But there are some Pokemon that can be subtle that I can really, really appreciate. But now we're gonna get into Taylor and Swellow. I like these guys. I like them. I like the shinies. I think they're good. I think that they've come a long way since their beginning. I think these are decent shinies. I think that I prefer Taylor a little bit more, to be honest. I don't know why. Maybe because it's a cheerful color and it looks like a little cute chibi bird. But I think they're both pretty good. I feel like, you know, I don't dislike them. I'd probably put, you know what, I'd put Taylor in A. I do really like this. I think it's very close. I think maybe if this part was a little more intentionally like a brighter orange, then I'd be like, yep, okay, S tier. But it's pretty close. I think that it's a little bit dull on Swellow, but it's still a nice, like it changes enough for me to be like, yeah, I like that. That works. No worries, Nexus, at all. I hope to stop by when I can. If not, I'll catch the VOD to finish off your tier list. Stay hydrated. Thank you, Nexus. I appreciate that. And you have a good shift today, and it was lovely to get to see you, all right? Putting Mudkip anywhere below S should be a crime. I mean, I like it. I think it's a good shiny. It's an axolotl. It's pink. It's cute. I agree, Banoffee. I like that. Axolotls are better than wolves. Oh, I don't know. I can't do an animal tier list right now. That'd be a whole nother debate. Well, to be fair, Seedot is supposed to be based off an acorn. That's true. That's true. And that's what I mean. It's hard for me to think of like what other color would work for this, but yeah, it's a little bit for me. Ooh, okay. Okay. I'm interested to know what you guys think of Wingull and Pelipper. I personally like them. I personally do like them. I think they're nice shinies. I know that it's a subtle change, but for me, I enjoy it. I'd put them in A. I think they're pretty good. I like it. For a subtle, like, single part change. Well, I guess on Wingull, it's the single band, and then on Pelipper, it's a little bit on its head. And obviously, like, the slight dulling of, like, this. I think it looks nice. It's very coastal, if you will, which I think works really well for these guys. I don't know, something about them. I like the green change on it. It's good. Koga shiny was better if he was black and white like an orca. Well, I mean, I think is it the Omega The Alpha Omega version of Kyogre. That's pretty cool. I love the Mudkip line being this color. I think it complements really well with the orange. I think that those two look good. I don't think it's glazing. I think that they just objectively look good. Shifty looks like a red velvet cake, and it's nice. I don't know. Oh, thank you, Vix. Oh, Aqua, if you're okay. Crow some red velvet cake now. Oh, that would be nice with cream cheese. Ooh. Butter ranks every species of animal ever. 83-day stream. That's on a minimum. Taylor line to me is good as Metagross line or Sceptile line. That's fair. That's fair. Edwin, hello. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Travis, morning buttercup. How did the DA go yesterday? Any shinies? No shinies in the end, but it was a good time. It was a good time. Toilet burb? Oh no. Oh, I'm biased because Wingull is the first shiny I found in Gen 3. I don't think that that's biased. I think that's good. That's what should kind of come into play with your own like ranking of them. Is like if you found like a shiny Blaziken and that was like special to you, put it in S if you love it. Like go for it. Wingull and Pelipper are mid-tier for me. I like them. I put them in A. I think that that's a nice change that they get personally. Yeah, shiny Pico. My first shiny go shiny. Oh, I'm so unbiased. No, that's totally fair. I don't mind Wingull and Pelipper, though there definitely some personal bias as one ended up on my first shiny only team. That's really cool. Wingull on the same level as Wurmple. Stop. They're good. I like them. I like them. My pleasure and thank you, Buttercup. It's always lovely to stop by and see you again. Oh yeah, and chat again. Yeah, sounds good, Nexus. You too. It does look coastal on the Pelipper. That's what I'm thinking, right? I like it. I like it. Hey Cogs, it's going well. How are you? Welcome and hi Luke. Hello, hello. Now, here we have, I don't think this is going to be any surprise. Ralts, Curlier, and Gardevoir. I don't care what anyone says, and I think it's probably a pretty common opinion, although there may be some people that are like, I don't like it. I love them. I think obviously they're S tier. It's a beautiful change. It fits them well. I love the whole line. It belongs in S tier for me personally. There's no doubt about it. I wouldn't change anything about these shinies. I think they look fantastic. I love it. They feel very regal and almost royal in a way with that coloring. It's so nice. It almost takes on that similar like icy feel, like how Sceptile does, you know? Where am I? Shiny Pelipper got sick. It kind of did, but I kind of like it. I don't know. Gonna do a video reacting to this very angrily just because Wurmple ate S tier. I am completely open to people disagreeing, but I gotta be true to what I feel. Ooh, okay. Surskit and I say Mesquarian, but I know it's Masquerain, so don't make fun of me. I really like Surskit's shiny in the older games. This is one of those Pokemon that's really hard for me to not use this sprite because in the older games, it looked really, really good. And then it kind of lightened up over time and it kind of went lower on the list for me because I liked it when it had a darker look. If you go and look back at the sprite, the 2D shiny sprite for Surskit, I think it looked great. It was like almost like it turned like the blue turned like a black. It was really good. And then in the more modern games, like Scarlet and Violet and stuff, it's more of like a really like dark blue, which is fine. Not my favorite, but if we were going off of the old one, if we were going off the 2D sprite for the shiny Surskit, it would be S tier for me. But based off of the sprite I have here and what it looks like now, this sucks for me to do because I actually really love Surskit. This is a Pokemon, you know, this is the Pokemon you guys say, what's a Pokemon you love that gets forgotten about? I forget about Surskit, but for some reason I love it. Yeah, going off this sprite, I'm putting it B. But if we had a 2D model of the sprite, I would put it in S. Its evolution, I'm going to put it in B as well. I like that it changes. It changes enough for me to notice it. Could be better, could be worse. I'm not mad at it. Yeah, so I don't know if I answered that, Cogs, but I'm doing well, thank you. How's it going for you? And Luke, hello. Hi, Toxic, good to see you. Welcome. I have to go stuff some kids into animal suits. Oh, no. That sounds terrifying. You'll get the poem one day, though. Okay, bye. Okay, bye, Uncle. If you take care. Shiny Mega Gardevoir S+ tier? Oh, for sure. I got 2 shiny male Gardevoir. Really? Congratulations. That's awesome. Shiny Gardevoir was Violet in Pokemon Coliseum. Yes, I remember that. I like that sprite as well. Really good. And now getting into some other really good shiny Pokemon. I personally love Shroomish and Breloom a lot. I really love the shinies. For me personally, would put them in S tier. I think that they're perfect. I love them. I feel like Shroomish just looks like an angry little pie, and I feel like Breloom looks like it's a Mario character in the red. I don't know. I love it. I think it looks fantastic. I think it deserves a spot in S for both of them. I really, really like the red. I think it's super clean. It's a really nice change for me, I think. I think they both look fantastic. Mushrooms, that's it. That is. I don't know how to feel about the shiny, but I like Masquerain or whatever its name is. Yeah, I mean, it's still a very unique Pokemon, which I do appreciate a lot. And it's another one of those Pokemon that whenever I look at, because I don't see it that much, but when I see it, I'm like instantly transported back to the time when I was a kid and this generation was like the generation, you know? It's cool. Natsuki, hello, good to see you again. Welcome. Yeah, Shroomish and Breloom are great. I agree. I think they're fantastic. I want a shiny Breloom really bad. It's a great Pokemon also to shiny hunt with if you can set up with it. So I would recommend going for it. To be honest, shiny purple looks amazing in Gen 3. It's a top 7 for me in Gen 3. And that's the thing where it's hard, hey, because it's like, I know some of these sprites do look better in older games, but it's kind of what they look like now if you were to hunt them in a modern day game. It's like trying to go for that, but it's like, oh, the bias there with some of these is hard. Now getting into Slakoth. I really like Slakoth shiny. I'm sure that's no surprise. I know there are a lot of people who dislike pink Pokemon, pink shinies. I like them. You guys know this. If you've been watching me for any period of time, you already know I love the color pink. I love the color like purple. Like those are some of my favorite colors. Okay, so I'm gonna obviously have a bias here towards this color palette. I do like Slakoth shiny. I think, is it perfect? I think to me, I'll say yes. I really like it. I think it's a great shiny. It's noticeable. It's vibrant. I wouldn't be mad to get this. However, I will say, for Vigoroth and Slaking, this hurts. So Vigoroth does change a bit more. It does change a little bit more. So it's got to go C because it changes enough that it's not like an almost non-negligible change. However, Slaking has got to go in D. I feel so sad. This thing barely changes for the shiny, and so for me it's got to go D. I would say this is probably going to be one of, if not the lowest ranked shiny on this list, because I think it just really hardly changes. So for me it's going to go D right now, which is very sad. Oh, Indigo, hello. Good to see you. I've been well, thank you. How are you? Yeah, I love my trusty false swipe shroom. It's great. I don't believe we've met before. Oh, really? Oh, I do have another Natsuki that watches the videos that sometimes pops into the stream. So that might be where I'm getting confused. Hi. It is lovely to have you. I'm doing okay. Just working and saw you alive. So this is helping get through that. Oh, okay. No, that's fair. Well, I'm glad. Shiny Regice is so bad. It could have been better with white, with blue. I think if it could have gone lavender or white, yeah, that would have looked great. Agree on Slakoth, but the rest are meh. I feel that's fair. That's fair. Pink shinies are great. Slakoth doesn't work quite as well in pink for me, at least that shade. But that's just my opinion. I would want to see that Slaking looks like if they followed the pink. That would be very interesting. I feel like it would look very like disco-y to me. I don't know why. Guess you could say the algorithm was Slaking. Oh, I love it. No, stay, Banoffee, stay. That was great. However, oh, interesting. Monica just caught me on my phone. Oh, okay, no, you're all good. No worries, Natsuki. Shedinja is a Defaditi. This is a sad one, I feel. Not necessarily Nincada. Nincada's not bad. It changes. I don't dislike this shiny. I think it's solid. I put it in B. Could be better, could be worse. Pretty like either with this one. Yes. I will say Ninjask is a really cool Pokemon, but the shiny change here I feel like it's even lower of a difference to me. So I'm gonna put that one in C, and then yeah, I mean I don't even think I really need to talk about this. Shedinja is a D. It's another one that just really almost doesn't change at all, which is so sad because look how cool of a Pokemon this is. Like, who designed this? Big brain. I love the design, but the shiny is very lacking, sadly. Noah, hi! Can't stay, but I wanted to see how you're doing and how the stream's going. Oh, thank you, Noah. I appreciate that. Lovely to see you, and I hope you're well. Slakoth shiny starts off so strong. It really does. It really does. And then it just goes boop, boop, boop. You know what I mean? Which kind of sucks. Ooh, now we have Whismur. Whismur, I like Whismur shiny. I think it's quite cute. I think it is quite cute. I would say for me, Whismur goes A. I like the green with like the lilac. I think that this is a really nice color palette. I always love lilac and like this like minty green together. It complements each other super, super well. And I think for Whismur as a Pokemon, it's a fun shiny. I do like it. However, Loudred and Exploud, kind of sad. They kind of do that thing where they just, they change a little bit more. Like they are noticeable. Like they go a little bit more into that like, not so much of a blue purple. Like they change a bit more, but yeah, they could have done something similar to Whismur, or I don't know. They could have done something else. I just feel like they, you know, even in here with Loudred, replace that red in the ear and they could do the green in that. And that would have bumped it up to A tier for me as well. So I don't know. I just think they're not a change, but not very much, you know? Also, the new Yokai Watch thing was announced. It's not exactly Yokai Watch, but it looks good. Also, they got the Pen Pineapple Apple Pen guy for the trailer. No way, that's so cool. Ellie, hello! In my opinion, Sceptile is the best shiny in Hoenn. It is really, really good. It is a really, really good shiny. Yeah, Saber, I feel the same way. It deserved better. It really did deserve better. Shedinja is so sad. So much potential for a good shiny. I totally agree. Unicorn Love, hello. Could you please name the shiny Bulbasaur you have me? Oh, I feel bad, Unicorn. I gave that away to somebody in a stream, so I can't nickname it, but if I had it, I would. You're gonna get started on getting Totodile eggs. I hope that it shines soon. Fingers crossed it does, Cogs. And yes, yeah, that's a Totodile's great. Totodile's a great shiny. I love it. I think it's really, really clean. Now we have, ooh, I'm interested again. This is another one. I'm curious what you guys think. Makuhita and Hariyama. Makuhita is like, it changes. It's not bad. I think for me, I put it in B. Like, I don't know. It's not bad. It's not bad. It changes. I don't hate it. I'm not obsessed with it, but I don't hate it. Hariyama, I think, is pretty darn cool. I think it's pretty darn cool. As far as a shiny goes, see, I'm trying to stay consistent with how I'm grading this. How else could I change Hariyama's shiny to make it look better? I can't really think of much else I could do to make this look much better as a shiny. So for me, I'm almost tempted to put it in S, but for the fact that I'm not instantly putting it in S makes me think I should put it in A. But I think it's no, you know what? I am gonna put it in S. I really like the purple and red combo in this guy. I can't think of what else I would do to make this look better. I think it looks really good for the design. It still looks cool, but it doesn't look like, you know, obnoxiously in your face. So I'm a fan. I think it does belong in S, personally. And another Pokemon that absolutely belongs in S. Azurill. I love this melon soda looking shiny. This is such a great shiny. This is like a green shiny done perfectly. I love it. I think it looks amazing. To me, it looks like, I've mentioned this before, but there's a Tamagotchi shell specifically from Japan. I think you can get it in also the US, or you used to be able to when the Tamagotchi connection was a thing. And there's a shell color and it's a transparent color, almost like Azurill. And it's like called the melon soda is the color, and it is a gorgeous shell, and it reminds me of this shiny Pokemon, and this Pokemon reminds me of that shell, and I love it. I think it looks fantastic, and so I place it in S. Where am I? That's fair, Cogs. I think some of them are really solid, and then some of them are really subtle, you know? What have you been up to? I've been watching Yuri. Oh, Yuri's great. That's awesome. I love it. And I've been doing a lot of YouTube stuff at the moment, but I'm hoping that I can get a little bit ahead, and then I'll be probably trying to do a bit of anime binging soon, because I've been not watching any anime for like the past week and a half, nearly 2 weeks, and I'm like, I need to watch more anime. I love Hariyama shiny because it's purple palms. It does look really nice. Purple's just such a good shiny color in my opinion. I get wanting to stay consistent, but sometimes it just vibes. You may not even know your reasoning. That's true, Mass. That's true. And I think that's why I ended up going S for it. Because I think it just, for me, I'm like, yeah, S works. Oh, what would I name the shiny dinosaur that I have? I own the Bulbasaur that you got. Oh, okay. Ooh, I don't know. I always like calling my Bulbasaurs Cabbage, but that's not a very cute nickname. So, ooh, I don't know. If anyone has any good nicknames for a Bulbasaur. Hi, Joker. Good to see you. Israel's so tiny. I love it. I do too. Nosepass. Ooh, okay. Once again, this is not my actual opinion on the Pokemon, but the shiny itself. I feel very about Nosepass's shiny. I know that it changes a lot. And this is what Mass was talking about. And this is where I'm going to use this logic. It does change a lot, and I think a lot of people do like the shiny, but for me, it's just fine. You know, like, I don't feel particularly like, yes, this looks amazing. They've improved upon Nosepass so much. Like, I don't feel that for the shiny. I'm like, it's okay. I think I actually prefer Nosepass's regular coloring to the shiny, in my opinion. So for me, I'm going to put it in C. It's not my favorite. It's not my favorite. And maybe there's a little bit of bias there, but yeah. Oh gosh, this is hard. This is a hard one, the next one. Oh my gosh, okay. I need a second. I need a second. Carrot, good to see you. Hello. Oh, I love the emotes. Oh, Carrot, great to see you. I hope you're well. Yeah, Banoffee, exactly what I'm thinking. Well, let us pray that you think of one, Jordan. That was very punny. I like it. Now, I wanted to do something a little special here because I think it would only be right. We're going to do something. I don't want to be forced to do this. Okay, wait. I just changed the wrong one. Well, that's fantastic. Give me a second here. We're going to change that back to... We're going to change that back. You guys see where I'm going with this, don't you? Listen. My favorite Pokemon... For those of you who don't know, is Skitty. I have dodged the question on what I think of shiny Skitty for a very long time, and I will be continuing that trend today. RIP Skitty, the shiny. RIP. I'm reserving the right to not talk about shiny Skitty. Yep. Anyway. I like Nosepass shiny. It's gold, but that's just something I like seeing. That's totally fair. Totally fair. And on some Pokemon I love it, but it's Nosepass, you know? And for me, it's just, it doesn't hit as much as I want it to. Skitty should have the evolution color palette match the inverted colors. I thought that would look great. Or I thought literally the simplest fix here would be just switch Skitty and Delcatty's colors. Super easy change. Would have been great. Really? Yes. Yes, really. I'm sorry. I'm reserving my right to cop out on Skitty here and not talk about the shiny and my opinion on shiny Skitty because I'm a little bit hurt. Rigged? Yes, one could say that this particular segment is rigged, and for good reason. We have Delcatty next though, and I will talk about Delcatty shiny. I think it's much better. I think it's much better. I don't think it's perfect though, but I do think it's a lot better. And so this is a little bit of my bias on like trying not to have bias for a Pokemon I really, 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 really love, and just the shiny maybe not delivering as much as I want it to. I'm going to put it in A because I like that this is more obvious. It has a good change. You know, if I were to put these colors on maybe another Pokemon, would I love them as much? Probably not, if I'm being totally honest. And this is where bias shows. I don't think it's perfect, but it is a Delcatty, and that was once a Skitty. And so I can't rank it lower than A. In good faith, I wouldn't be able to sleep at night. Just... I can't explain it. If you get it, you get it, you know? If you get it, you understand what you know where I'm coming from, right? Of course, you think of horrible shiny. At least Cinderace has a better shiny, unlike Skitty. I can't even bring myself to talk about it. I can't even bring myself to talk about it. Yeah, I get that. It's just like me with Salamancer's shiny. The green just doesn't look as good as its regular colors. And I feel like that's the thing. It's like you can love a Pokemon, but even some of our favorites just don't get the treatment they deserve. Random shiny Heracross. Well done, Jordan. I agree with your list so far. Thank you, Shadvin. Thank you. I'm curious where you're going to put Aron and friends. Yeah, we're getting up to that, aren't we? Ooh, that'll be interesting. I'm surprised how many people have actually talked about that line so far and are curious to see what I think about it. But we'll get into it. But first, we have Sableye. Sableye is not bad. I like, this is like kind of a version of the gold where I like it a little bit more. And I think I also like it because the gem on the chest changes. So it's not my absolute favorite switch, but I think that this works a little bit better in this context, especially with the gem. So I'm going to put it in B. I don't hate it. I don't hate it. It kind of makes sense with like the gem design as well, like to have it be gold. Like I don't dislike this. I don't think it's bad. I think it could be a little bit better, but yeah. And then Mawile. I really like Mawile Shiny. If you guys, not to plug myself, and I won't do this, but I did just recently hunt for Mawile, like very recently. And I remember seeing it and I was like, this is a good shiny. I love it. It's not the biggest change, but it works really well on this Pokemon. So it's kind of hard when I've just done a shiny hunt and I'm like in that mode of appreciating the shiny. So I do like Mawile Shiny quite a lot. I like that cranberry here. I think it looks good. It's almost a little reminiscent of the colors on Beautifly. But I think for me, it works a little bit better. So I would put it in A. I do like it. I don't think it's quite perfect, but it's pretty darn good to me. I like it. Yes, Crestfallen, we're doing a shiny tier list. It's been a while since I did my last one, so this is where I'm sitting at for right now. This is where I'm sitting for right now. Reheight. I reserve the right to not comment on shiny Skitty. I can't do it. I can't do it. Oh, I really like Sableye. He's a little gold dirty gremlin, and I just think it works. I do think for the theme, that's why it's not lower for me, because normally I don't love this color palette, but I think on Sableye, he does a good job of pulling it off. I think that could be better. I would have loved if the eye gems had have been like that green as well. Then it would have been like way higher. But as it stands, I think B's not bad. It could be better, could be worse. I don't hate it. I'm not obsessed, but I think it's not bad. Delcatty should have been easily an evolution from the looks. It looks like it could fit in with the Eevees, right? I totally get that. Now we have Aron, Laron, and Agron. Ooh. Apparently these are controversial Pokemon, controversial shinies. People either seem to love them or hate them. I like them. I do like them. I think that they look quite nice personally. That might upset some people, but I gotta be honest with my heart. The first time I saw these shinies, I was like, that's clean. I like it. I like what they did with these guys. It's a little different. Once again, it was another one of those shinies where it's like off the top of my head, I can't really think of any other shiny Pokemon that kind of look like these guys do and pull it off so well. I really like the like a lot of white and black with like those other little pops of color. I think it works well. I like it. I like it a lot. I'm gonna be honest. It's up there for me. I think I will put this line in A for me personally, because when I think about shiny hunting these guys, I get excited. I'm excited to see this change on my screen with the sparkles. So for me, I think A is a good place to put these guys. Plug yourself on your own channel, the nerve. I know, Banoffee, how could I? Don, hello! My roommate woke me up and I see you're rating my favorite Gen Shinies. How you doing? I'm doing good, Don. How are you? I'm glad you're here to show some Hoenn love, because it is one of my favorite gens too. Good to see you, Don. It's not fun getting woken up though. Aron Shiny looks like it smokes, and tell it not the good smoke. Yeah, I mean, I guess if you have that, like for me when I first saw it, I didn't even correlate that, but I can see why people get it, but I don't correlate the shiny with that. It is like haha funny, but I see it more as like, I don't know. It's weird because I feel like this line has like almost like a robot and also a dinosaur, like mech and dinosaur at the same time vibe for me, which I really like. Thank you. It only took me a few minutes to come up with that joke. Oh, it's good. Cold Requiem, hello. Shiny Hariyama that high is an absolute crime. You don't like it? I really like it. For me, it just pops. I don't know. I'm a big fan. Well, while shiny is not a huge change, but I think it looks better than the regular one. I agree, Indigo. I'm with you on that. Aron, that's it. Aron line likers. Mass. I gotta stick true to my heart. Bro, the shiny Plusle looks good. Oh, we're getting to that, aren't we? Skitty is on top. I might be seeing things. I'm still asleep. It's in its own tier, Don. It's in its own tier. I actually decided I'm not going to talk about shiny Skitty. It goes in its own tier, and I reserve the right to not comment on its shiny, because as my favorite Pokemon, I feel many types of ways about the shiny, and I don't know if I can hold myself back from shedding tears on the stream if I talk about it for too long. The shiny Plusle, yeah, that's funny. No, the designs are nice. I thought they were the pseudo legendaries of the games. I could see that. I feel like they would fit that with the design that they have. Aggron is criminally underrated but overused in playthroughs. Oh, really? To be fair, they're okay shinies, but all the pain they cause me, I just still dislike them. That's fair. That's fair. And that's the thing. That's why I think it's nice to see people's tier lists, because they might have their own reasons for why they place them. It's like, it's very objective when it comes to a tier list for what you like, especially when it comes to color palettes, you know? Ooh, but this next one, we have Meditite and Medicham. I think Meditite looks like he's had a sunburn, and I don't hate it. Not my favorite, but I don't hate it. I think it's, you know, it pops. I don't think it's the worst of, by the way, they're not like ranked from like best to worst in the actual tier. This is just, I think it's not bad, but I will say I really do like Medicham a lot more. And I think for me, Medicham goes an A. I think it's really good. I like the blue. It just, it works. It works for me. Sure you did. Hello. Good to see you. Welcome. Oh, Banoffee. My roommate is a big baby. That's all I'm saying. Gardevoir's on top. I agree. Gardevoir is fantastic. Gardevoir definitely deserves its place, in my opinion. Oh, sure. No, you're all good. Dragon says Nosepass could have been worse. They could have made his nose green. I suppose, Dragon, you do have a point there. Nosepass could have been better. They could have deleted it. That is also a true fact, Banoffee. I wouldn't mind hearing your thoughts. I don't mind Skitty shiny. It's just hard to talk about it as someone who like primarily shiny hunts, and then having your favorite Pokemon shiny look not that different. And it follows the trend of shinies that... So my least favorite shinies, not that I hate any shinies, but my least favorite shinies are the ones that don't really change. And then the second up from that is I don't tend to love the sepia shinies, like the ones that look a little bit dusty. I don't love that. And unfortunately, I feel like Skitty kind of got that treatment, which breaks my heart because I love Skitty. But it's a special Pokemon, so I cannot in good faith rank it low. So and this is where bias does come over, and I'm like, unfortunately, Skitty just has to go in its own tier because I can't bring myself to rank it anywhere down lower. But objectively, as a shiny, I do think it could be very much improved. I think the simplest fix is swap Skitty's colors and Delcatty's colors, and that's the easiest way to fix them, and it would be great. But they didn't do that. Is the Surskit even shiny? I know. And that's the thing that sucks is I ranked it B and it would be honestly higher. I also just realized my S tier is a lowercase. That's triggering me. Let me fix that. The Surskit in the 2D sprites was a really good shiny. It was like, the blue was pretty much black. It looked fantastic, but in more recent games, more modern games, it's a lot more blue, which I'm like... Why didn't they just keep it how it used to look? It looked so good before, but it's okay. It's fine. We'll deal with it. We'll deal with it. She just likes pink Pokemon. That's why she's not talking about Skitty. Yeah, we could say that as well. Personally, move Aron over to Digimon. Medicham is good. Yeah, I can agree with your placement. Thank you, Mass. I appreciate that. Thank you. And like I said, with this is not ranking the actual Pokemon in general. This is literally just me ranking the shinies and how I think they look on the Pokemon. So if I rank a Pokemon low, doesn't mean I think that Pokemon should be low. I think the shiny of that Pokemon is that rank for me personally. Just an opinion. Now moving along here to Electrike and Manectric. I feel like Electrike is really cool. I think it looks really good. It's pretty darn good, but Manectric easily S tier. This is a perfect shiny in my opinion. It was just, this is what this Pokemon is just, it's the ultimate final form for me. The black and the yellow, I'm not going to do it. I'm going to stop. But I think that the color combo together looks really, really nice. It's perfect to me. I love it. I love it a lot. I think it looks great. Medicham is good. Yeah, I can agree with your placement. Thank you. I like it. I think it looks good. Don't you put Plusle below S rank? Don't you tempt me. I personally like Nuzleaf shiny. I don't think it's bad. I don't think it's bad at all. I like the change. It's just not like my absolute favorite ever, you know? Medicham never skips leg day. That's very true. Very true. I can't wait to see where Swablu and Altaria go. Yeah, that's another one that people seem to be more divided about than I anticipated. Defiant, hello, dropping in during lunch. I hope lunch is going well. Good to see you. Dusty Skitty. Sadly, yes, it kind of does get that treatment, which breaks my little old heart. All right, moving along now, we have obviously Plusle. Guys, this is just, obviously it's going to go, I need to make, you know, a god tier rank, honestly, for shiny Plusle. No, I'm kidding. This hurts me. I love Plusle and Minun so much. They're just such cool Pokemon. I just wish that it would have done what Latios and Latias do, and it would have turned orange, because it would be getting the same rank as what Minun gets. And for me, this is going to be a bold choice. Minun gets S rank for me. I love this shiny so much. It's really cool. I love how vibrant it is. It's not a huge change, but it's a change in the right way that makes me think this is awesome. It fits the Pokemon well. It still keeps with its design, like its theme. It's cool. I love it. I've always liked Minun shiny a lot. So that's where I'm at with those two. It feels so weird to have them separated like this, but I'm being honest. Yeah, sure. I agree. Black shinies always look so good. Thank you, Zizal. Hello, by the way. Gen 9 has a lot of D-tier shinies, in my opinion. We'll eventually get there. We'll eventually talk about Gen 9, but it's kind of one of those things, too. Sometimes I have to recharge whenever I share a lot of opinions about shiny Pokemon and give it space because, like I said, these are just opinions, but you can have the tendency to have people get, like, kind of offended, and it's like, I'm not attacking them. This is just literally a personal opinion. Like, I still think all these Pokemon are awesome. Except for this one, but no, I'm kidding. But what I'm trying to say is I think these Pokemon are cool, but just objectively through my eyes and like the way that I see them, this is what I rate them. And you know, sometimes when you put a lot of opinions out there, there's nothing wrong with people explaining why they don't feel the same. I'm totally open to that discourse. Like, that's totally fine. But if someone's like, you have a bad opinion, you don't deserve to exist, it's like, well, chill. It's fine. It's never that. It's not that deep. But I'm very lucky that doesn't happen very often. And usually, if anything, it happens more in like the VODs, like when people watch it later. So if you're watching this later, hi, please don't be mean. Yeah, Manectric is cool. And yeah, Nuzleaf does look more like a superhero there for sure. I forgot Manectric looks like that black and yellow. I may be half asleep, but I can still sing. I love it, Don. Gen 9 has lazy shinies, honestly, and at least Gen 8 has better ones than Gen 9. I'll have to do the list, and I'll have to see how I rate them and what the variance is on how many Pokemon get into one rank over the other. I'm sure I could do like a test sample at the end and see what my overall color palette is and what colors primarily end up in S versus, you know, all the way down to D. I'm sure we could do something like that at some point. That could be kind of interesting. Each Pokemon gets their own tier. Yeah, basically. They changed Minun, but left Plusle alone. I agree, and it's sad that they did, because it deserves so much better, this little cutie. Minty Minun, exactly. Alright, but speaking of that, we now have Volbeat and... Do you guys say Illumise or Illumise or Illumise? I've heard all three. I'm gonna say Illumise. If I'm wrong, I'm sorry. I love these shinies. Oh my gosh, I love these shinies. I love them both. I actually really need to shiny hunt this pair of Pokemon. I have a really big soft spot for these two. Is it because of the show? Because of the anime? Maybe. Maybe it is. What are you gonna do about it? You're gonna tell me I can't love them? Because I do. I love them so much. They are great. I think they both belong in S tier for me personally. I think the colors are super fun. I think that they work really well together and separately. I love it. I love it. I don't know. I just, like, these Pokemon I feel like are so forgettable, but the shinies I just want these shinies. You know what I mean? So I need to hunt those. I need to hunt them desperately. They're adorable. I love their shinies. I think they look great. I could not think of another way to improve them personally. I think they look fantastic. Some may call me the gal behind the slaughter. Oh no. Bro, Plusle looks good. The red color is so perfect. And you put it the lowest. I'm melting. I can't take it. I'm sorry, Rehat. I'm sorry. Minty shinies are always really nice in my opinion. Everyone has different tastes, but I feel like people should understand that people are silly. That's very true, Don. Very true. Wise words. What do they say? The thing about common sense? Like, it's totally normal. Like, I will see people put Pokemon I really love really low down, and I'm like, fair enough. Fair enough. That's just how you see them, and that's okay. Plusle literally doesn't change. It doesn't belong anywhere above D, sadly. Sadly. Did you misread at least? They did have better shinies in Gen 9. Oh, I thought, yeah, I saw that it said Gen 8. Did I read it as Gen 9? I must have read through it too quickly and scrambled it up. But yeah, no, I think a lot of people, from what a lot of people say, a lot of people seem to prefer Gen 8 shinies. From, well, at least the comments I get, but I don't know if that's because I primarily post a lot of hunting in Gen 8. So it's like, I don't know if that's what everyone thinks or just more people that are like at my channel because I do a lot of that sort of hunting. But there are some really good shinies in all gens, and there are also some very lacking ones in all gens. It's just kind of, you know, each gen has their strengths and weaknesses. Do people actually say that? You like shiny Mightyena? You should be eradicated from the planet. I've had only a very small amount of comments that have been like that. But in the past, I've made certain comments like on certain shiny hunts where I've been like, oh, this isn't my favorite color. And I've had people legitimately like, I remember once I said in one of my videos, I said, and this was a long time ago, I said green wasn't my favorite color. And I remember someone saying like, why do you hate green shinies? Why do you hate them? What's wrong with them? And I was like, I never said I hated them. I just said they're not my favorite. And I mean, I feel like, I don't know. Sometimes people will just look for stuff to be mad about. And then you just got to realize it's okay. There's nothing you can do. It's the internet. I'll be honest, I have no idea how to pronounce Illamese. I've used multiple. I'm glad I'm not alone on that then. I'm glad. No, they're cute. I'm glad they get some love. Me too, Cogs. I think that they deserve their moment in the spotlight. Girl, you can't love them, but a no-show, please. I need to love them. They're adorable. You can't love them. They're goofy little Gumbies. Okay, they actually look good. They do look good, right? I think they're great. I think they're great. And another Pokemon I think looks really great is Roselia. I think Roselia also deserves an S tier. I think that this is once again an example of a shiny Pokemon we got very lucky with the algorithmic change of shinies. And I love that the body almost stays entirely the same. And then the fact that the roses switch colors. I feel like there are some people who might say that they want more from the body to change or maybe the colors or whatnot. But if I'm being really honest, I think that this was a really cool choice. I don't think it could have picked better colors. Purple and black together looks sick. I love it. I think it's great. I think this is like, if Pokemon were real and shiny Pokemon were a thing, this is actually what I really do imagine shiny Pokemon to actually be like, especially for grass types. So I think it deserves its place in S. Illamese? Okay, that's fair. Now I'm going to be hunting for those two. I'm going to be doing it eventually. I just don't know when. Pokemon should recolor some shinies. I agree with that, Indigo. I don't think it could hurt. Especially Regice, the best shiny to ever exist. Oh yeah, the best one. Vulture! Do be that party golden boy though. It is the gold boy. Unfortunately, I will say a little bit of my personal bias does come into play with Nosepass, but I can't say it's D because it does change. Hi Astral, good to see ya. Other than red, I really like the violet Ceruledge color. Yeah, it's not bad. There's nothing we can do, sadly, show. Roses are red. I'm writing a poem. Skitty is good, but in my opinion, Gardevoir is the best shiny in Hoenn. It is a very good shiny. Did you know, I'm guessing, did you know that if you don't have something as your favorite, that means you despise it? With every fiber of your being, life is binary. There is no exceptions. Yeah, you're right, Banoffee. That's my bad. No, it's okay. I can't read either, so don't worry about it, Banoffee. People get too mad for different pixel colors, in my opinion. It's unbelievable. It is funny. It is funny, but it's like, people get passionate, but it's like sometimes we just got to dial it back a little bit, I think. But you know what? Good on him for being so passionate about it. And I feel very passionately about Gulpin. I like Gulpin's shiny a lot. I'm no stranger to expressing my love for shiny Gulpin. It is a little blueberry. And this, once again, may be a little shocking, but I think it belongs S tier. I love this shiny. I remember when I hunted it for a video. Well, I got it in a video, and I think that the shiny on this is great. I love it. I love the change. I think it's awesome. I think it's not a massive, like, in-your-face wabam, but it fits really well. I love it. I gotta put it in S for me. And Swalot is also really, 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 really cool. I like Swalot as well. I'd put Swalot in S for myself personally as well. I love them both a lot. I think the blue looks really good. There's a lot of really good blue shinies in this gen, you know? So I think it deserves S. Both of them do. Black Ice would have been good. Roselia absolutely deserves S. It's fantastic. I agree. Missed opportunity, sadly. Jordan, hello. Haven't been on. How's the ratings been? I think we're doing pretty well. I'm happy with the list, but I'm probably the only one who is. Someone thought I was being hateful towards a show, even though all I said is that it was boring. But hey, people sometimes don't pay attention to your videos most of the time and want to be mad. And that's the thing. If someone wants to be mad about something, they'll be mad about it. Best thing you can do is just let them be mad on their own. Oh yeah, I'm the same on my phone as well, Banoffee. Green honestly is my favorite color. A close second to like burnt, Halloween orange and blue. I like it. And that's the thing. I like green. I just said it wasn't my favorite. I mean, I think at this point, pretty much everyone here probably already knows. Pink is pretty much my favorite color. Baby pink, I love it. So I was like, you know, I love black and white as well, and lavender. Those are all up there. I do like a lot of shades of green. But I don't know. It was strange. It was strange. It was a weird one. It happens. Liana Bunny, hello, good to see you. And Luna Knight, how are you going today? I'm laying at home with a sore throat. Oh no, oh, I hope you start feeling better soon. The sore throat is always the worst. Good to see you though, Luna Knight. I hope you feel better soon. My keyboard has been acting up lately, so I've been unable to type on PC. That is so sad. I almost spilled my drink all over my keyboard the other day, and I was like, the last thing I need after having my headset being torn apart is my keyboard to also be broken, because this keyboard is not that old. I want to keep this. This is probably the nicest keyboard I've ever had, and I don't want anything to happen to it. So yes, that was scary. But yeah, Gulpin and Swallow, I think for me are S tiers. I think that they're great as well. Oh, really? In Sleep? Blue tier above all. I mean, there's a lot of great blue shinies. I can't deny that. And another set of really, 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 really great shinies here. Carvanha. Oh my gosh, and Sharpedo. Once again, these are S's for me, both of them. I think they both look really good. I think they both look really, really, really good. I wouldn't change them. I think they're awesome as they are. They're vibrant. I feel like, you know, very unique, especially with Carvanha, but, you know, I love them both. I think they look really cool. I know not everyone loves Sharpedo. I remember when I hunted Sharpedo, there were a couple of people talking about, like, I don't necessarily love the color, but like it is a good shiny objectively, and like I get it, it's a shark, you don't want it to be like a pinky purple, but I like it. I think it's a nice shiny. We got a lot of bangers here. I want to be honest, Wailmer and Wailord also are going to get S's for me. I love them both a lot as well. I mean, you're seeing I love my purpley sort of colors as well. Like, this isn't by any means my favorite shade of purple nor pink, if you want to classify it as one or the other. But I do think it's still a nice change for a lot of Pokemon. I don't know. It's a color I like looking at personally. So that's why I rank it pretty high for myself. And I think for these Pokemon, it looks good. Man, I hate that the first thing I think of when I hear Gulpin now is the joke. It legitimately has a pretty good shiny. Oh, I get what you mean. I get what you mean, Mass. I totally understand. Gardevoir's still the best blue shiny. I think it's definitely going to be one of the best. If not, I would say Mew is also up there as well as one of my favorite blue shinies. Why the heck every time you say Gardevoir I hear Gardevoir? Oh really? Gardevoir is great, but yeah, maybe the way I'm saying it, I don't know. Skitty, and it's Skitty, of course. How would I know? How would I know that? I didn't want to talk about the shiny, so it gets its own tier. What happened with your headset? Did you rage? No, it was actually Pochi chewed the cable. I had it up, and she learnt she can jump, and she jumped and pulled the cable down when I was asleep, because I put her down to go to the bathroom and drink and everything, and normally she just comes back over to the bed, and I was half asleep, so I was like, oh, it'll be fine. I didn't even hear her, and I went to put my headset on, and I was like, this feels like lighter, and then I was like, the sound's not working, and then I was like, wait, what's wrong? Has it come unplugged? And I looked down, and the cable was completely chewed in half, so that was fun. Great times. I had to run, and the worst part was when I finally did hop onto my computer to discover this, the shop that I could get the replacement from closed in 20 minutes. So I had to get ready, run to the store, do it all within 20 minutes. And I was so lucky because they had none out the front, but they were like, we'll have a look at the back. They were out there for 5 minutes, and they're like, there's the last one here. And I was like, oh my goodness, I'm so thankful that they have a replacement. So that was good. But still, you know, I don't like to have to replace technology when it breaks prematurely, you know, not great. I used to hate pink, now I don't mind it, but it ain't all about the mustard yellow shinies. I get that. I feel like mustard yellow is not my particular favorite color, I'll definitely say that, but to somebody it is. Do you know someone called Satin Stars or something? I do. Is this Satin? What happened with your headset? Yeah, that's pretty much it. Torn apart. Yeah, it wasn't me, it was Pochi. Yeah, Carvanha is a good one, but a not so good one, sadly. Numel, whatever you want to go for here. It's just, it changes, you know, it does change, but not a lot. And for that, it's got to go and see, sadly. And it sucks because it's such a cute Pokemon, but then completely redeemed by Camerupt. Camerupt is beautiful. It is beautiful. It's a work of art. It's literally same thing as Manectric. Black and yellow. It's perfect. It looks great. It fits the design super well. I love it so much. It belongs in S. 100%. Natsuki. We have a pink lover stand too. I'm not alone. Definitely not Cogs. I'm with you. Cold colors are my favorite. Yeah, they are nice. If we're talking green shinies, use my Chromatic Safari Ball on a shiny Malamar. Oh, nice. I like it. Yeah, Pochi was definitely very evil for that one. She's anti-streamer. I don't know, like, it was just computer day. It was so sad because it was on a day I wasn't streaming either. It was on one of my days off, on my weekend day, and I was like, okay, I've done everything I need to do. I've done all my washing, I've done all my housework, I've run all my errands. It's time to get on the computer now and start working on videos. And I'd already been out and I had to go out again and get that sorted. It was pretty sad because I didn't realize, like I said, until I got onto my computer. So that was fun. But Torkoal's another shiny I really, really like. I've hunted this before. I actually hunted this on stream and I hunted it off stream. I was doing both at the time, but I was like, I want to do a shiny hunt that is a soft reset hunt that isn't a legendary, and I did Torkoal, and no, it wasn't a soft reset hunt. This was a wild encounter hunt. That's right. It was in the DLC in Sword and Shield, and I love it. I think it's a really nice shiny. I think it's really good. I personally put it in A. I think, you know, maybe once again, I'm going to do a cop-out answer here and say maybe if the shell had have been just turned like a stark black or something, or maybe something like that with the details. I don't know. It's pretty nice. Maybe not 100% perfect, but like I'd say I'm 95% happy with this shiny. I think it looks really good. So for me, it's an A, of course. Ooh, and Spoink and Grumpig. This is an interesting one. Looking at the shinies here, I really like Spoink shiny. I think I prefer it more than Grumpig's. I think that Grumpig was the one kind of like black and yellow shiny that just kind of fell a little bit short for me personally. I'm gonna put Grumpig in B. Like, it changes and it's not a bad change, but it's not like, it's like this part is more of like an olivey kind of yellow, and it's not like a true black. It's almost like a gray. So I think that there could have been better choices made for this shiny. However, I do like Spoink a little bit more, and I would put Spoink in A. I do really like the black like sphere on its head. I think that's quite nice. I think it looks pretty darn good. Maybe the way that it could be improved is if it just committed to a full white and black look. That would have been awesome. But I do like it regardless. I'm fine. The sore throat is better than it was last night. I just called out of work so that it doesn't get worse. That's probably a smart move. I know that for me, I can always tell I'm getting sick whenever my throat starts to get sore. So I feel that a lot. No, the bad. Yeah, Bay. Yeah, she was very naughty for that one. Very naughty. And it was actually, it sucked because we had such a good run of her not chewing anything. I was like, okay, sweet. She's not chewing anything anymore. She chewed up my headset. And then she chewed up my charger all within 24 hours. And I was like, what the heck? We haven't had any incidents since, touch wood. But I was like, are you kidding me? I was so upset. I was like, I thought we finally got through this. And she just, I don't know, she got the bug again to be crazy. So hopefully we get better with this. Hopefully. We can see your message history so we can see who you are. No, we won't expose it though. We won't expose it though. Although I think my favorite blue shiny might be Zangoose or Bisharp. Ooh, those are very good picks. Am I alone on choosing their favorite Pokemon? I feel like I have 50 favorites and it constantly changes, so I can't choose. I will say, if you were to ask me what my top 10 favorite Pokemon would have been like 10 years ago, it definitely would have been a different set of as to what I made in the video. But at the moment, that's currently where I sit for sure. But yeah, if I had to narrow it down to like my top 25, that would actually probably be harder than my top 10. Because I feel like there are a lot of Pokemon that deserve to be ranked really highly. Buttercup actually chewed through the wires and blamed it on poor Punchy. No, I'll admit to you guys, listen, I've told you guys that I've chewed sand. I've told you guys that I've chewed a live crab when I was a little kid, and that I've chewed a bar of soap. So I would not hold back on telling you guys if I had chewed up a lead. I would be honest about this. This is a shiny that I'm really excited to talk about. Spinda. I think Spinda is really darn cool. I know that initially I probably wouldn't have necessarily been like, yeah, I love this color for Spinda, but this is a shiny that has grown on me so much over the years that I really, 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 really like it. I think on this sprite, it looks a little more like yellowy than what it actually is. It actually is a bit more of a green color in the games. And so for that, going off of what it actually looks like, I put it in S tier. I really like this color palette for Spinda. You could have made the spots really any color other than the red, and it would have looked good. Well, like the reddy, pinky color that they are. And I think it still would have looked good. You could have made him blue, you could have made him purple, you could have made him black, you make him green. Like, it's just gonna look good. This is one of those designs where it's like any color could have worked, you know? So I like it a lot. I put it in S personally. That sounds more realistic. I'm happy. Yeah, I mean, wish this the smoke turned black. Yes, that would be cool. That would have been really cool. I like that a lot. That could have worked. Man, I love Torkoal. It may not change the most, but my love for the Pokemon surpasses its good, but not fantastic shiny. It is still clean though. I'm with you on that, Mass. Like it's good. It's just not. It's not like fully 100%. Like yes, that's it. Like I couldn't change it anymore, but it's still nice. No worries, Natsuki. Take care. Have a good one. It was good to have you here. Good thing I don't start work till 3 p.m. so I can stay up. Oh, that's good then, Don. I'm glad. Pochi needs to be sent to detention, jail for her crimes. I agree. I put her in air jail a lot. She needs air jail like at least 3 times a day on a good day. Hotel soap delectable. It's one of the finer things, if you will. Welcome back, Snowy. Hope you're well. Spinda looks really ill, but I oddly agree. I kind of like the funny dizzy panda. Yeah, and I think in a way, the green, almost like the shiny, almost adds to the story of it being like a, people saying it's based on like a drunk, I believe that what the story is for Spinda is it's based on like a drunk man. And so having the shiny almost get like the sickly green color kind of works really well for it. I don't know. I really do like it. And, ooh, the Trapinch line. This is a good line with shinies. I think Trapinch is really, really nice. I think Trapinch for me, is it S or is it A? Oh gosh. Vibrava is probably my least favorite. It's probably my least favorite, but I do like the change. I'd put Vibrava in B, but I would say for me it's like a high B. I don't dislike it at all. I think it's good, but it's just like, it's not my favorite color palette, to be honest. So I'm like, you know what? It's fine. It doesn't jump out to me. And maybe this is another shiny that once I actually hunt it, I will change my mind on that. But at the moment, I'm like, it's kind of like, it's fine. Like, I don't hate it at all. Trapinch, I like a little bit more. I do like this teal color. I think it's really interesting. I think it makes Trapinch a really fun looking shiny. I would put it in A. I don't know what it would take to get it to an S because I do think it looks pretty darn good. Maybe just lacking something a little bit, and maybe it's because Flygon shiny looks so darn cool that I'm like, I can't put it in the same tier as Flygon because Flygon is an easy S. Easy S. It's a beautiful shiny. Beautiful. The blue, the orange, the green. I mean, come on. I would be doing a disservice to give it anything lower. It looks fantastic. It's another shiny I have yet to hunt. And when I do, it's going to be a good day because it is beautiful. I love it. Definitely deserving of its ST ranking for me in this one. I have a shiny Spinda. It's a good shiny. It's having a hangover. That's pretty accurate. Saber, you like it too. I'm glad. I may be back. No worries, Grappler. Planning to evolve my baby into Ivysaur, cabbage or lettuce. I like cabbage, but lettuce is kind of probably cuter. So up to you. Maybe lettuce. How far are we in? We've got still till Deoxys. So we've still got over 4 rows of Pokemon. So I'd say we're about, what, a little bit over halfway? About halfway? Something like that. I take my time. I try to pace myself because I want to make sure I don't just cop out and just get lazy with the last ones. I want to make sure I'm giving my honest and thoughtful opinions on these Pokemon, which is why when I do these streams, it's a long stream, but I'm trying to give a solid answer. The uni I applied to said that they aren't checking apps until November, but they just contacted my references. So in other words, I got lied to. Oh, well, hopefully this means it's going to be good. Good news. Oh yeah, it's a W emote, Banoffee. Vix was actually talking about it because whenever we get donations or gifted memberships, or people just joining the memberships, we always do like W's for that person. And Vix was like, you know what, we should do like a W emote so then we can do like even more for when people show that kind of support. So I added it on Saturday because I was like, oh, I want to do something like that. I did a couple different designs, but I kind of like having the little buttercup icon with the W. I think it's kind of cute. I was thinking about L, but I want positive emotes, you know? And we're not trying to have L moments. Oh my gosh, Spinda is a red panda. I'm so embarrassed because how did I just find that out now? No, I still learn stuff about Pokemon even to this day. Don't be embarrassed. My boy Flygon should be S. Oh, he is, Don. He deserves it. Flygon is amazing. I love Flygon as well. It's really, really nice. Probably my biggest hot take is Groudon is better than Kyogre shiny. Ooh, very interesting take, Luna. I'll be interested to see once we get to that what people think. But now we do have Cacnea and Cacturne. I don't dislike these shinies either. I think that these are pretty solid. They theme-wise, the shinies fit with what they are in a way that I do find pleasant. They're not my absolute favorite, but I don't dislike them. They have like the same kind of coloring as what I feel Chikorita does. You know what I mean? Like if Chikorita had those kind of things, which I didn't. I don't dislike Chikorita shiny. I don't think they're my favorite, but I also don't think they're horrible at all by any means. So this is a little bit of a tricky one because I don't know if B feels necessarily right for these guys. This is tough. This is tough. I feel like I am going to go ahead. I probably am going to put them in B, but I'm putting them in high B just because I think that they're not bad. And I think, once again, this is another case of when I actually shiny hunt them, I'll probably be able to appreciate the colors a lot more. And maybe they're not as washed out as what they look here, but I don't dislike them. I don't dislike them at all. Like I said, I think they work okay because of the theme of like an autumn color palette. But I almost wish that for these Pokemon, it would have taken a more like spooky route for the color palettes. I think that could have been kind of interesting. I don't know. That's just where I sit with these guys. I do like them as Pokemon though. I see that ranking for the Sharpedo line. I love them. I think they look great. Is the Exploud shiny line a shade of pink, or am I going crazy? It is slightly lighter, but it's not, yeah. It's not like the biggest change. I just got Flygon recently in Scarlet, one of my absolute favorites. It's really good. Well done. I agree, sure. I want to be able to L everything but it does. Aw, that makes me sad. We need a womp womp. Aw. I've got the crying emote. I was like, I've got the sad one, but I don't have too many sad ones. I don't know. But it is a hot take, but I like it. I like it. Although my favorite Gen 3 shiny is pretty basic. It's just Rayquaza. I don't think there's anything wrong with that. It's a great shiny. Honestly, when I eventually rank my shinies, I would put Trapinch in its own tier for the opposite reason. That's valid. I know how you feel about Trapinch, Don. I understand. I only like Cacnea because James has one in the anime. Yeah, I mean, it does have a nostalgic vibe because of that. Buttercup preventing us from enjoying life. Ah, don't say that. All right, now we have Swablu and Altaria. I love these shinies a lot. I really love them. We've got the golden nugget, and then we've got the bigger golden nugget. I really like these shinies. I really do. I love the gold color palette. This is a case where I think the gold works really, really, really well. I think they're perfect. I have had a few people say that they don't like these shinies. They don't think it looks good. But to me, they're the Butterbirds. And I love the Butterbirds. So for me, they gotta go S. I really like them. I mean, fun fact for those of you who don't know, a long time ago, I actually did hunt for Swablu. And the most amazing thing happened where when I hunted it, my audio didn't work. And so I had to hunt it again because my audio didn't pick up my reaction, and I actually rehunted it again, and it took way longer. It took a while. It took a while. Let's just say that. It took a while to do, but I did do it. And even though that happened, I still think it's a great shiny. So for me, easy S. And another one to go into S for me is Zangoose. Yeah, Zangoose is fantastic. The blue, the little bit of red, the white, super clean. It kind of reminds me of like a popsicle. And I like that. I jive with that. I think it's good. I think it's good. Poor autumnal cacti. I don't know. Having a scarecrow-based cactus take on a more straw-themed kind of shade works for me. And that's the thing. That's why it's like hard for me to say, is it B or is it A? Because I like it, but I think it's just, I think maybe I want a little bit more of the spookiness, I think is what I want from it. But I wouldn't be mad, once again, if you were to rank this an A. I wouldn't argue with that. I'd be like, yeah, I'm not mad at it. We need a Pochi Bite emote as well. I could probably work on maybe an Angie Pochi emote. That could be funny. Mine from Gen 3 is Groudon. Ooh, nice. I like it. What are Altaria's clouds made of? I feel like they would just be straight fluff, but I don't know. Yeah, we're going to get into cast form variants soon. Oh, mess. Dang, when you say it like that, my opinion on this shiny changes. I'll take it. I'll take it. And you know what? It's okay if you don't like certain shinies I like. That's fine. So Viper, I like. I don't like it as much as Zangoose. I think it's cool, the change. It's not like... It's a unique change for sure, which I think is nice. I think maybe I just would have wanted the body color to have a little bit more like darkness to it. Maybe even more saturation on it. It's pretty good though. I do like it. I think it for me, I'm happy to put it in an S. I think Seviper's pretty cool. Ooh, Lunatone and Solrock. Another one that I think is going to be interesting because I love shiny Lunatone a lot. I think this is a really good shiny and only the eye really changes. Listen, you could argue and say that the shiny could have taken on like a Blood Moon form and turned red or something, but I don't like that as much in my mind. What I'm picturing, I don't think I would want that. I think maybe you could have made the body a little bit more gray, maybe, and keep the eye blue still so it looks really cool, like a cold moon that's really far away, like the moon is. I would say though, for me, this might be a hot take. I think it's an S. I really want to hunt Lunatone. I really love the shiny. I think it looks good. Solrock is kind of... It's funny because Solrock changes a lot more, obviously, but I don't like it as much as what I like Lunatone. And for me, I would put Solrock in B tier. It's not my absolute favorite, but it's not horrible, you know? Shiny Swablu's gold color looked a lot better in the 2D games. That's fair. I feel like it was probably a bit more saturated. Altaria with wet wings from the anime looks funny. It looks like a duck with deflated balloons for arms. I've seen that, Zia. I've seen that. It is quite funny. I don't know. I like Altaria. It does look like a little chicken though when it's when it's drenched. I used to love Zangoose until I saw it walk in Scarlet and Violet. It has its claws like tucked in or something, so it just threw me off. Oh, true. Yeah, you're right. I mean, I guess they wanted it to be more passive, but I would have appreciated it leaving the claws out. It's a nice touch, especially with the shiny. So Viper is a bit of a sleeper hit for me. I think it looks pretty good. I agree, Mass. I think it does look pretty good. I think it's up there. I don't know. It's normally like with that sudden red, I don't always know how to feel about it. But I think on Viper, I wouldn't expect it to work with the colors it has, but for some reason it just does. Like that, like cool, like lime green with the red. Normally I wouldn't think that those colors would look super nice together on a shiny, but for some reason for Viper, I do like it. Lunatone is S, Solrock is B. There's no way you called that, Banoffee. This is reminding me of a fashion expert rating celebrity gowns at the Oscars. That's funny, Vix. That's a good way to put it. I mean, it's just all opinion at the end of the day. This is just what I think. You don't have to agree. That's totally fine if you don't. But at the end, I will do a little bit of readjusting just to make sure that I'm like, yeah, I still feel how I feel about this. But I feel like I would say I'm like 95% confident with where I'm sitting with things. I think there's only like probably maybe one or two I think that I'm gonna change at the end, but we'll see. Now we have Barboach, or as I lovingly call it, Barboach. I really like Barboach's shiny a lot. I think it looks really good. I love it. I love it a lot. I think the yellow is awesome. I love how it replaces the blue. I think it looks fantastic. I would put Barboach in A. I think it looks really nice. I like it a lot. I mean, I almost would say S because I'm like, you know, could they do more? I don't know if they could. It's such a small Pokemon, so it's like hard for me to say. But I'll put it in A, but I would put it in a high A for me personally. Whiscash, however, I'm not as big of a fan of the shiny, I'm going to be honest, which sucks because I think this is a really cool Pokemon. But Whiscash is kind of, the shiny for me is a little lackluster, which I hate to say that. I would put it in C for me personally. I don't love the reddening that happens. Like, it's not even like a true red. Like, it's at least like with these other ones, there's like that true red, but I think it's just a little bit like, I think if it had gone like overall more maybe a red and taken the blue out of it, it would look good. But I think having them there, something about it throws me off a little bit. Are you planning some spooky hunts? I absolutely am, Indigo. I have been working on them like a madwoman this week, so hopefully I'll be able to get everything sorted before the spooky month, but I have been working on them, yes. You did call it Banoffee. Man, I hadn't even thought of a Blood Moon Lunatone. Now I kind of want that. I like shiny Lunatone, perhaps partly due to the multiple I found in the giant chasm looking for Matang. Nice. I'm jealous. I do need to hunt it myself. It is a good one. I love that it's Skitty tier. I got a laugh out of it. I did get a laugh. I'm glad, Luna. I'm glad. I had to do it. Simply built different. Yes, absolutely. Gen 3 Hoenn is home for me. Oh, I feel that, Storm. Gen 3 is one of my favorite generations, so I'm trying to be take my time and be very like thoughtful with what I, you know, talk about. Corphish. This shiny isn't bad. It's not amazing. It's fine. It's fine. It goes in B. Like, it's fine. It's fine. Could be better, could be worse. I don't hate it. I think it's kind of cute. I think it's kind of cute. I love its face. I do like the colors. I just think maybe they could have made it like, and this is gonna probably annoy people, but maybe it could have been blue and it could have looked really good. I don't know. Crawdon, I like Crawdon. I actually found a random shiny Crawdon when I was hunting for, I think it was Electrike. Was Electrike or Manectric I was specifically hunting? I think it was Electrike. And I found a shiny random Crawdon. And I didn't actually know what Crawdon shiny looked like until that happened. Which is funny to say about like a Gen 3 shiny Pokemon, but I genuinely just had like never seen one before. I mean, it's not bad. It changes. It does change. It's probably the same thing for me where I put it in B, you know? Like, it is a cool Pokemon. Like, this is a tough-looking crayfish, but it kind of gets forgotten about a little bit. And I think the shiny doesn't help it to stand out too much more, but it's not horrible. Hi, the real Eminem fan. Lovely to see you. The best shiny for me is Rayquaza. Rayquaza is a great shiny. Good choice. And yes, Barboach, the shiny that still haunts me in never getting. I don't know why I'm like so over odds in game and even in Pokemon Go, but I'll definitely try hunting it next in Scarlet and Violet. Yes, you should, Saber. And it's weird how we have these random shinies that you just like, this shouldn't for some reason feel like it should take this long, but for some reason it does. I totally get that. Vix, that's an interesting way to put it. I see that. I could see that. I've been Masuda hunting Roggenrola. Oh, yes, you did start the hunt. I wish you luck. Gen 3 is go. See, it's hard for me because I played Gen 3 first, but I grew up getting to see like the proper hype of Gen 4. And I owned my own copy of Gen 4, whereas I borrowed the copy of Gen 3. I think both of them are very, very, very great. I can't pick between the two, which I like more, for between Gen 3 and Gen 4. I played them at a very close time frame and they both felt very special. Corphish is my favorite crab Pokemon. It's a good pick. It's a good pick. I do like it. I think he's a cute guy. I'm not gonna lie. It's a cute little crabby dude. I mean, it makes me happy to look at. Yeah, I love Corphish, but the shiny could pop a bit more. That's it. Like, it's not horrible, just not crazy. Yeah, crab, crayfish, lobster. I wouldn't be mad if you called it any of those. The W in Whiscash stands for Whiscash. You are correct. I like Whiscash. I don't love the shiny. But I do love Boltoy shiny. Ooh, I love Boltoy shiny. I really, really do. Fun fact, I remember in the Pokemon Go event that dropped shiny Boltoy, I got shiny Boltoy in the first 5 minutes of the event starting, of it like releasing like worldwide. I feel like I had to be one of the first people to get it in the game, at least in Australia. I feel like that had to be the case. I've never gotten an event shiny so quickly. So that was pretty cool. I felt like it was just for me, like my own little thing. Like I never get that lucky with event shinies like that. So that was pretty exciting. And I think it's a really good shiny. For some reason, Boltoy just, I don't know, it's a cool Pokemon. I really like it. I put it in S personally for me. I think it's a nice color change. So I'm a big fan of this one. I got a shiny Koga from DA's. Oh, that's awesome. Well done. So would you like to pay with credit or debit? No, thanks. I'll pay with cash. Oh, they should have a Pokemon bank called that. I'm back. I'm doing oh wait, I was doing something in a much shorter than I thought it was. Well, that's good then, Grappler. Welcome back. Don and Banoffee button heads. That's okay. These kind of streams will do that as long as everyone's respectful, but they will be. They're good. They're good. I realize what you mean now, Show. That's exactly the same as me. I played my brother's Sapphire, but my first personal game was Pearl. Yeah, exactly. Exactly the same for me, Banoffee. I hate that I laughed at that. It's great. It's so good. I played Diamond Pearl, but Platinum never made sense to me. It didn't have much depth to the story. They could have done a lot more for Giratina. I actually never owned Platinum. I really, really wanted it. And at that time, I was a kid in primary school when it came out. And I remember my neighbor got it and I begged my parents for it. They're like, no, it's basically the same game, so we're not going to get it for you. You don't need another one. And I was really sad about it. And so when I got older, I just watched a playthrough on YouTube. And so I technically have never played, and nor do I own Platinum. But that was a childhood Buttercup dream. Aw, Grappler, thank you so much for gifting that membership. Grappler, thank you so much. Welcome, Briz, to the memberships. I don't know if you're here right now, but if you are, welcome to the membership. You get access to all the cool emotes. You get access to the members-only Discord channel should you want to use it. And you also get a cute bow next to your gnome. Welcome to the membership, Briz, and thank you so much, Grappler, for gifting that. I really do appreciate the support. Thank you so much. Yeah, all the W's for Grappler. Thank you so much. My first Pokemon was Black or White too. Oh, that's a cool one to say as your first, I think. Claydol. Claydol's not a bad shiny. It's not a bad shiny. It's one of those ones where, like, it's not a big change. It's definitely just, I feel like they hit the desaturation button on it and it went down, but I don't hate it for this guy. For some reason, I kind of like it. I would put it in B. I'd put it in B, but I do like it a lot. Like, I think for how much it changes, people would probably expect it to be, like, maybe lower for me, but I would put it in, like, a high B or maybe even an A for me. For some reason, I like this a lot. Bet I was first to get shiny Diglett in Pogo. Got it 3 seconds after the event started on my first check. See, I didn't get that lucky, but that's pretty impressive. I'd pay with Goldango. Oh, that's like the supreme version. I love Claydol. I don't know why. Kyurem, I'm the same. I don't know what it is about this guy. He's kind of strange. You know what? Actually, I'm going to put Claydol in A. I'm trying to find a reason to put it in B, but my heart wants to put it in A. I'm keeping it in A. And also, this is the other change I was going to make, but I've thought about it more. And as much as I do like Slakoth, I will put it in A tier. I do really, really like it. But I do think, after hearing what you guys said, I'm like, you know what? Yeah, I do like this pink, and I like it on other shinies. I think it's a high A for me, but I think it's just gotta go. I think I just kept looking at it, and I was like, you know what? I think it's an A for me, not quite an S, but it is really, really good. I had to do that. That was weighing on my heart. Okay. I'm butting heads. I'm just playing WoW while listening. Oh, are you? Oh, fun. I really want to play WoW again. I agree, Zed. W's indeed. Thank you again, Grappler. The distortion world went hard. I agree. I watched the videos on that and I was like, that's so cool. My first Pokemon games were... Oh, yours was X? Although personally, I'd get Gen 5 in a... Oh, and as a contender for the best. It was really good. Ooh, Hoarder Alliance. I gotta know. Now we gotta know the details, Don. W's, I agree, Vix. Am I considered a fake Pokemon fan since I've never played the Gen 5 games? Not at all. If you haven't been able to play all the games, that doesn't mean you're a fake fan. That happens. Sometimes you miss out on certain releases. That's okay. Your Horde? When I was younger, when my parents used to play, we used to have to, like, when I was a kid, we had to pick Alliance. And then when I got old enough to have my own account, I played as a Horde. So... I always wanted to be on the Horde side. I was like, I just want to type Kek. But I couldn't because I had to be an Alliance member, even though I always wanted to join the Horde as a kid. Now you're fine. You like Pokemon, so you're a fan. I agree. That's a good take. Very good take. Now we have Lileep. Lileep here. I like Lileep shiny. I think it's a good one. I really do like it. I think Lileep and Cradily are very cool Pokemon. I do like the shinies a lot. I think they're quite fun. I would put these guys in a high A. I like them a lot. I almost would put maybe Cradily a little bit higher. I do think it's like just a little, like for me it just wins out over, but it's really nice. I do like these shinies. Oh, for the Draenei, nice. Sapphire was my first game my grandmother bought me, so as an Easter gift, that's so cute. I love that. Yeah, my nana was actually the one who got me into Pokemon, if I think about it, because she actually got me the first Pokemon movie, and that's where it all started for me. Absolutely, the favorite shinies that I've got so far with that question, besides Flygon, is Umbreon, Lucario, and Growlithe, not Arcanine Growlithe. Ooh, I like it. You cannot play a certain game and still be a fan. Exactly, Sho. Ooh, Draenei, nice. I will play the games, but first bills. Oh no, Saber, that's so sad. And yes, it's true, it is. It's one of those things. When I know a Pokemon game's coming out, especially because I usually now, as an adult, try to get both copies, I'll put my money away. I'll start saving as soon as I have a release date, so it's not like a big shock to the wallet. Sherry, hi, good to see you. Just wanted to pop in and say hi while at work. Oh, I hope work's going well. It's lovely to see you. I hope you're doing well. I miss the days of pre-Cataclysm, but I refuse to play Classic. Totally fair. I haven't played in a long time. I don't even know. My brother still plays to this day. He's never dropped out of playing WoW, but I've been thinking about going back. I tried to understand the concept of Black and White too, and I thought Black and White was enough to change gym leaders and the story, but that was never solely based on Kyurem. That's fair. I played Horde Blood Elf Mage. Oh, nice. I used to play... Yeah, my first Horde character was a Blood Elf as well. I just found out my my mount can fly. Let's go, Dawn. That's always a good surprise. Ooh, okay, now we're going for Anorith and Elmaldo. I like these guys too. I like these guys too. I think they're quite cool. I put them in A as well. I like the shinies. I don't know. I think them being fossil Pokemon, I think these color palettes work. So I'm a big fan with it. I don't know. I like these guys. Like, I don't think they're like, oh yes, I can't say I'm like, yes, they're perfect. I would not change them at all. But I'm like, they're pretty darn good. I do like them a lot. So they're also A's for me. I think that the theme works well. I feel like almost this, the Elmaldo almost looks like if you took like a picture of like a fossil excavation like back in the day and you found it as like you're a oh my gosh, an archaeologist, and you're finding some archaeologists, like you're looking for some archaeologists that went missing, and you go down into a cave and there's like a big thing and you're like, this is where they were last seen, and then you go through a door and then you realize that they must have got lost in like the cave, and there are all their diary logs, and there's like a picture on the desk, and the picture is this Elmaldo, and that's the color it would be. And I feel like that's just for some reason, I don't know, I like it. I like the story that I get from it. I think it's a good shiny. I'm putting it in an A. Absolutely. Like Pokemon, you're a fan. If we were doing regions, we haven't played. I've only ever played through Kanto as a Johto post game. So hey, there's nothing wrong with that. The Keck, yep, you guys know. If you want to talk about first games, I'm old. I started with Pokemon Yellow, I think on Red or Christmas in '98. See, I'm very jealous for a lot of people that got to start with the first Pokemon games. I literally wasn't born the first year that Pokemon came out. So I didn't get to experience Pokemania at the beginning. And I really wish I could say that I got to, because that would have been so cool. I try to consume and find as a lot of media as I can from that time, because I think it's very, I don't know, it's nostalgic. Isn't Azurill 4th gen? Is it 4th gen? It might have made its way into the list on accident, but I guess we've ranked it now, so we'll take it. Yeah, because would it have been there for baby Pokemon? I don't actually know, so if it is wrong, we've ranked it here at least. Sorry, Buttercup, but I got to bounce to do some cleaning since my friend is coming over. That's okay, show, no worries. It was lovely to get to see you in the stream. Yeah, when Gen 5 came out, money was tight, but I was super happy to have food during the hard days. Definitely, Saber. And that's the thing. You got to prioritize the right stuff. I know that I didn't get to play Gen 6 when it first came out because I was in a similar situation. So, you know, you just got to do the best to get through, and you can always come back and experience these things later. Hey. Saying hello. I was just watching a video and saw you were live. How's it going? Oh, Zed, it's lovely to see you. It's going well. I'm ranking the Gen 3 Pokemon. Well, the shinies, should I say, or my opinion on what I think the shinies, where they should place, at least on a list, on a tier list. So I'm having a good time. I hope you're well. Feebas. Ooh, I like Feebas' shiny. I think Feebas is really cool. I've always thought Feebas was like a really cool concept. It was like this whole idea of like, you know, with Magikarp, it was like the weak fish turns into the strong like sea dragon. Feebas was like the ugly duckling that turned into the beautiful serpent. Like, it's such a cool Pokemon, and I think the theme is really, really, really nice. I love the shiny. This was actually the first shiny I ever hatched in an egg from Pokemon Go. It was a Feebas. I love it. I think it's a really nice color. I think it looks good. It complements the like muted, like, I don't know, like concrete blue? Is that what I want to call this? A slate? Not quite slate. Slate's kind of dark, but it's almost like a grayish blue. I like this a lot. I think it looks really good, and I would put it in an S tier. And you know who else belongs in an S tier? Milotic. Milotic is perfect. Literally perfect. I used it in the thumbnail because I was like, it's one of the best shinies from this generation, in my opinion. It's super clean. All the colors complement each other super, super well on this design. It just feels special. It feels really special. So I always say this, but people will still now watch my Milotic shiny hunt video from years ago. I almost would say don't watch it because I'm very shy in those earlier videos. You can see I'm a lot more confident now, but I will always say, if you're thinking about going for a shiny and you're thinking about going for Milotic, do it. It is an awesome shiny. It is a shiny that you'll feel good about capturing. You know, it's awesome. I love it. My brother has played daily since its first release. So many hours in that game. Are you talking about WoW? Because my brother is in the same boat. I wanted to tell you guys, I have an OG 5-letter name as well on my one of my parents' accounts, and I was like very proud of that. But I don't want to say what the name is. But yes, it was very cool. I only got back into WoW Major and I Paladin is my highest level character. Oh, that's so cool. Amaldo, my amigo, he's red. He is really cool. I did enjoy Black and White, but if you ask me personally, I don't understand why you get your box legendary after being Elite Four. It is kind of sad. It's always nice to get them before and take them into the Elite Four with you, but maybe they wanted to mix things up. I don't know. Hope we can get a fossil Pokemon in the next game. I agree. Fossil Pokemon always feels so cool. It is 3rd Gen Zen? Oh, thank you. I wasn't sure. I was like, now I'm doubting myself. It might have got into the wrong section. Blaziken Shiny could have been better, honestly. I agree, which is, it sucks because Blaziken deserves better. If this was a list, like I said this before at the beginning of the stream, but because it was obviously one of the first Pokemon we ranked, Blaziken itself deserves S tier, but the Shiny, it's just, for me, it's not enough of a change, you know? As well, why not Gen 3 baby Pokemons? Oh, so cute. I love them. I love them. They could have done a Flame Blue for Blaziken. That would have been great too. That would have looked so good. The Gen 3 legendaries are amazing. Yeah, we're going to be getting up to them soon. They are nice. Is Melodic a Danger Noodle? Basically, yes. Yes, Vix. It's a beautiful, it's majestic, it's perfect. I love it. I hope if they do more shiny Pokemon merch, they will eventually do shiny Melodic as a plushie, because I would want that. Speaking of which, we have Cast Form, and I did end up deciding to do all of its forms as well. The original Cast Form is cute. I don't dislike it. I think it's nice. I think it's fine. I would put it... It's not bad. It's not bad at all. Would I put it in high B? I feel like I'd put it in high B. I do like Cast Form Shiny a lot. As for its other variants, they are all very, very, very subtle. I feel like the Sunny version is probably the most subtle of them all. Would I put it in D? I mean, I'll put them all in C, but they don't change very much from their originals, which is kind of sad because I feel like these guys could have had a lot more, but I do think that they're very cute. But in terms of like what they look like as a shiny, they are all very, very subtle, sadly. I have to go. I need to do some chores. No worries, Luna Knight. I hope you start feeling better soon. Back when you can make a name without having to change it 284 times. That's it. Oh, it was funny. I was actually going through the randomizer name because I was like, who am I going to be? Because I actually played a Shadow Priest back. Well, I played a Priest, and then I chose the Shadow Priest because I don't know. I always like to play healers. I feel like that's like a meme, but I just always gravitate towards Priest type characters, and it was cool. It's cool that we still have that name there. Carl, hello. Aw, that's sweet. Good to see you, Carl. Welcome. I don't know, it kind of sort of worked out for me. For Black and White for me. You got half of the legendary Dragon Riders you had the fight. The other half, both so rooted in conflict against each other, they split from the same being, which is pretty cool. It is a cool concept, and I think that they did a good job of executing it. I mean, they did something different. I don't hate it. CT, hello. I'm doing well, thank you. How are you? Oh, Kecleon. Kecleon. Speaking of Kek, well, I want to say, before I say anything about Kecleon, there was a missed opportunity here for this Pokemon. For those of you who know about Pokemon Mystery Dungeon, we all know about the purple Kecleon, and I thought that was shiny Kecleon. I thought it was. When I looked up shiny Kecleon and found out that it was not, in fact, purple, canonically, I was very disappointed. So I cannot, in good faith, give Kecleon an S just off the bat, just because of the fact that they didn't use the purple model as the shiny from Mystery Dungeon. They should have done that. They should have done that. That would have been an easy S+ tier. It would have been amazing, but they didn't. It's a cool Pokemon. The shiny is very, very, very subtle. It's not my least favorite subtle shiny, but it's not my favorite. I don't think it's bad, and it's hard because I think Kecleon is such a cool Pokemon as it is, but I do think the shiny is very like it's not the worst, but it's not the best. So I put it in B. I'm gonna put it in B. I feel like I need to break up all of this, like the oranginess going on here. My bad. I only bought Gen 5 to transfer from older games, so I often get a certain Gen 5 and 6 Pokemon mixed up. Oh, I have stuff like that too, Matthew. I do that a lot. The one thing to this day that still doesn't make sense to me is why the Reggies were introduced in Gen 3 instead of 4, and give us a story about how the Reggies made their way into Hoenn. Yeah, that was a strange one. Yeah. They definitely, I mean, as a kid, I definitely was like, I have no idea why would they do this? Like, I want it all in one game, but yeah, I'm sure they have their reasons. I feel the Beldum line salvages the shinies that were kind of mid in this gen. I mean, it is a very strong line. I can't lie. I have all those shiny cast forms and I'd say they're not that subtle when you look at them. Oh, really, Zia? I feel like in one game I remember them being more subtle, but if you're saying that, I will move them up. I will move them up. I will move them up because I want to put them... I thought that they were really like they really didn't change, and I thought that these were more saturated, but if they aren't as similar and they do change enough, then I'm happy to put them in B for sure. For sure. I know, right? Purple Kecleon. What happened? I know. It would have been so perfect. Even in the anime, there was a purple Kecleon. That's what I'm saying. It was right there. They just had to do it. Yeah, the Pokemon Mystery Dungeon Red and Blue Rescue Team. Oh, all the Mystery Dungeon games were so great. We need another one. I know we do have one on the Switch, but I'll take another one. I don't care. Oh my gosh, that was the saddest for me when I found out that it wasn't the shiny. I was heartbroken. I'm glad I wasn't alone on that Saber because it sucked. Ross, hello, good to see you. It should be the fact they designed a purple Kecleon for Mystery Dungeon and then it wasn't the shiny. Such a missed opportunity, hey. Like, it was right there for them. They didn't even have to come up with a new design. It was perfect. I just realized I've never seen shiny Camerupt before, and now that I see it, it looks fire. It is really good, isn't it? It's a great shiny Pokemon. I love it so much. And another Pokemon shiny that I love so much is Shuppet. I think Shuppet is really nice. I like this color change. It looks good. This is a good tealy blue. I think it looks really clean. For me, I actually would put Shuppet in S. I really like this color palette. I think it looks fantastic. I'm a little sad that Bennett doesn't have as much of a strong shiny change because this is a darn cool Pokemon. It is a really, really cool Pokemon. I love Bayonet a lot, but the shiny isn't the most out there, and I think for this Pokemon there's so much potential for it to be awesome. I have to put it in B just because it's not as much of a change as I would want it to be, so I'm gonna pop it there. It sucks to say that because I love it. I love this Pokemon a lot, but in terms of the shiny, it just doesn't. It needs, even if it had a little bit more of that like greeniness to it, I'd put it in an A or something, but it's just not enough for me, which makes it does break my heart. It does break my heart a little bit. I can't lie. Maybe we get a second shiny? Ooh, of every Pokemon in the future. So Purple Kecleon can be in the game. I would love that. I would love if they did something like that, but I don't know if they will, but it would be cool. I'm betting right now there are no more mystery dungeons. Probably Ross, which breaks my heart. It breaks my heart. Oh, Mass, I agree. You can play Red Rescue Team on the Switch. Yeah, I saw that. I have yet to do that actually on the Switch. Lol fire because it's a fire type. Alright, sadly I have to get back to pet setting. It was fun to catch a stream again, and I hope I can do it again soon. See ya. PS, put Metagross in S tier. I won't try and spoil anything, but Banoffee, you might be onto it. It was good to have you, Banoffee. Take care. Thanks for being part of the stream. Anyways, I'll be off now. Nice to meet you too, Ross. Also, Gates to Infinity was the best mystery dungeon. Fight me. I mean, I can't fight you. It was a fantastic game. It was lovely to have you, Ross. We do need another mystery dungeon, Don. I feel sad that we don't have any more, but it's okay. Now, ooh, coming into spooky season, we have Duskull and Dusclops. I like these shinies a lot. I like them a lot. I think they're really cool. Do I think they're perfect? I don't know. I think I like Duskull a little bit more than Dusclops, but I do think that it does look quite cool. I would put these high A. I think that they're quite nice. I like the shinies. I like the red. I think it looks good. I might be tempted to put Duskull in S. Would I put it in S? Yeah, I think I'd put it in S. I think I would put Duskull in S. I think it looks really nice. It looks good. Dusclops can go A. Duskull, I think, deserves S. I think it looks really clean. It suits the Pokemon well. Yeah, shiny Kecleon and not being purple is disappointing. I agree. Metagross is my fave Gen 3 shiny. It's just perfect. It is pretty darn good. I can't lie. Okay, now I do like the Gates to Infinity. It was my first mystery dungeon, but come on, Sky clears it. I mean, for me, my first experience with mystery dungeon was Explorers of Time, and I do have Explorers of Sky. I'm very biased. I will say that I think Mystery Dungeon Explorers of Time is the best, but that is because it is my first Pokemon game that I owned, and I love it a lot, and I'm very nostalgic, you know? Now we have Tropius. Ooh, Tropius. I like Tropius a lot as a Pokemon. I think it's really cool. The shiny's fine. The shiny's fine. It's not horrible. It's not the best. But I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I don't think it's the worst thing ever. I think, for me, for Tropius, I'd probably put it in B, but I'd put it in a high B. I do like it. It's just, you know, do I want to put it in an A? I don't want to rank too low because it's hard, because it's like I'm trying to separate the actual shiny from the Pokemon and not just be like, oh yeah, this Pokemon's really good, so it should be higher because I would rank it higher in terms of what it is as a Pokemon. But for the shiny, I think B is fine. I don't think it's a bad Pokemon by any means at all. So I think I'll sit the shiny in a B. I'll sit it in a B. Where am I up to? Bonks and runs. You better run fast, Ross. Red always looks good. It does look good. It does look really good. I love Duskull, especially as a kid when I had a plushie of it. Yeah, oh, that would have been cool. I don't think I've ever seen a Duskull plushie in real life, so that'd be nice to see all the detail. Yeah, Don, I had a feeling you'd like the red on Duskull. It is a good one. Bananasaur, it is. It's cute. It's cute. It's just, yeah, it's kind of in the middle for me. Chimecho, I think, is a good shiny. I like Chimecho. I really like the colors on this. I don't know why, but the orange and like the light, really light minty aqua color looks really, really good. I'm a big fan of this. I would probably be tempted, for me personally. I'd probably put it in B as well. I'd probably put it in B. I don't dislike this again. I don't think it's the worst. I don't think it's the best. I think it looks decent. But a Pokemon I really like, and once again, another Pokemon that was weirdly polarizing. I didn't realize people felt so like one or the other about it, was Absol. I think this is an S tier. I really like this shiny. The red and white looks really good. A lot of people, when I hunted it, said it just looks like it's sunburned, which fair, but I think it looks good. I don't know. I put it in S. I think it suits S tier, and I like it personally, whether it's sunburned or not. Only played Explorers of Time, but dang, it was good. I wish that they had such kind of stories in the main games. Oh yeah, they're great stories. And I mean, I'm not gonna lie, like even as a kid, I used to never cry at anything when I was a kid, but Mystery Dungeon was the one thing that would make me cry. Tropius got a banana ready to go for when you're hungry. Exactly, Don. I mean, it's such a helpful guy. I'm realizing I'm seeing quite a few red shinies in Hoenn. I feel kind of like there aren't too many of them overall. I quite like them. Yeah, I feel like it's definitely got to be on the smaller side in terms of colors, colored shinies. But when you see them, they really pop, don't they? Just probably because they are more far and few in between. And especially since like a lot of these ones here, like the red Blaziken, the red Plusle, Solrock, Combuskin, if you want to say Corphish is red, these are all Pokemon that kind of already are red to begin with. So when we're talking about Pokemon that just turn red from not being red, there's even less of those. So I do like it. And I do really, really, really like this little guy. Why not? Why not put it in S? Why not put it in S? I know not everybody likes this shade of pink, okay? It's not my favorite shade of pink, I'll be honest. It's very bold, but I think on Pokemon, it looks really fun and it's really exciting. And if you were running into a Pokemon and then there's that dark screen where you just see the silhouette and then you're expecting blue and you see pink, I feel like that's still exciting. But once again, I know that is a very polarizing color choice for a lot of people, but I do like it and I think it looks good. Absol shiny looks good. What are they talking about? I agree, Don. I agree. I like it a lot, but hey, it's not for everybody. I think if Absol's red was slightly more vivid, it would be better, but it's still a great shiny. That's fair. That's fair. I could see like a little adjustment like that. And I mean, honestly, like if I just changed the contrast on my monitor, I'd be right there. But I still do think either way, I think it looks really, really nice, especially with the green in its eyes. I think it's a nice combo. I've got shiny Absol and Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl 3 months ago. Did you actually, Storm? Well done. Richard, hello! My opinions are correct. Ah, Richard, hello! I'm very fortunate that we've had everyone be very respectful this stream with my opinions on shiny Pokemon, so thank you guys for that. Why not? That's it. Puns, that's okay. Normally I just ask you a question. I absolutely love that. Absol was one of my all-time favorite shinies for a long time, and it was gonna be my mascot for a YouTube I made years ago. But when I saw Absol Blog's Pokemon already took the crown, so I never did. Oh, that's so sad. It's funny because it's like, true, it's not the most mainstream Pokemon, so you're like, oh, I'll be safe with Absol, and it's like, nope, someone's already picked it. I think Why Not is Gen 4 Pokemon. I thought it was also Gen 3, but yeah. Thank you, Mass. Thank you. Now to Snorunt. I like Snorunt shiny and Glalie shiny a lot. Glalie is one of those ones where like it's got the you know, the Charcadet sickness where like from behind you can't tell it's shiny, but when you see the eyes you're like, ah yes. This Pokemon is probably the dreaded shiny hunt for all those who hunt shiny alpha Pokemon. I would have to say it'd probably be the one that'd be the most difficult to go after, I would guess. But that being said, I think both of these shinies do look really, really good, even if with Glalie it's just the eyes that change. I've said this before, while I do like bold Pokemon with big changes, even if it's a small change but it's done well, it can really just make a Pokemon pop. And I think for this case, I love both of these a lot, and I put them both in S. While, like I said, I wish Alpha Glalie was a lot easier to hunt, for a long time, alphas weren't a thing, so I still think it deserves to be rated highly because of that. Yeah, I'm currently hunting the Alpha Glalie. Yeah, it is aggressive. It is. Oh my gosh. I know that I was trying to capture it for my decks when I was doing something with that, and yeah, it was stubborn. It was stubborn. It's a little better than Charcadet because the body is also very slightly different, which is good. Which is good. We like that. We like being able to tell a shiny apart. I was about to say that I'm glad Arceus has the shiny sparkle sound. I've never seen the Alpha Glalie. I found it without it. Oh, really? Wow. Yeah, the sound. I hope that if they do bring anything back from Legends Arceus into ZA, I hope that we do get those overworld sparkles. I think that would have been really cool to have seen in Scarlet and Violet, to be honest. I wish that they would have brought that over. That's probably like another thing, like the FPS, which I think a lot of people can agree, like, yeah, we all wish that could have been a little bit better. But also would have loved to have the sparkle sound or the sparkle animation, at least visually, in those games. Because whenever you're playing a new gen, there are a lot of people who don't want to look up what the shinies look like before they play. I personally don't like to see them till I'm hunting them. But it's like for some of those Pokemon, when they're overworld, you would never know if they're shiny or not. You're going to be paying close attention, and not all of those shinies are super obvious to see. So you really got to have your looking glasses on in Scarlet and Violet, I find. Red eyes is enough to make a shiny look good. I agree. Accidentally getting a shiny feelings is insane. I'm guessing, Ben. Oh yeah, accidentally getting a shiny. I realize now what the sentence means. Oh my gosh, I read it like as one thing. My bad, Ben. Good to see you. And yeah, accidentally getting one is such a good feeling. Smooth frames. I think they'll do better with that in the next game. I think they'll have learned a lot from the feedback that people gave them with Arceus. And Scarlet and Violet. Arceus wasn't really that bad, to be honest. At least not in comparison. Ooh, I love this line. Spheal, Celio, and Welrin. I mean, people aren't going to agree with me because people don't like this color palette, but I do. I do. One of my first overworld hunts I actually ever did for a video was actually for Spheal, and I love it. I love the whole line. I think it looks super cute. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. You guys can definitely tell my taste, I think, here. At least a good portion of it with Gen 3 shinies. And another one that's going to fit right in there in S for me is Clamperl. I wonder what you guys think of Clamperl. I really like the shiny. I love Clamperl as a Pokemon as well, though. I really want to get a Clamperl plushie at some point. I think that would be super, super cute. But I really do like the shiny. It's cool. It's obvious, but I still think it works. It's a very, very, very bold, like, purple that they've used, but I don't know. It works. It works for me personally. And I also do like Huntail shiny a lot. Oh my gosh. For me, Huntail goes also in S tier. I know that might be kind of wild, but I like this color palette a lot. I really do. I think it pops. I think it's like electric, like not electric as in typing, but like the colors just like, bam, there it is. There are the shiny colors. And I like it a lot for this guy. So I put it in S, although I will say I'm not the biggest fan of Gorbis' shiny. I do like this Pokemon, but I don't love the tone of like this yellowy color with this specific purple together. I don't think it's my absolute favorite. It kind of reminds me of like a less exciting passion fruit in a way, which I don't want to feel like that. I love passion fruit, but it kind of feels like a less exciting passion fruit. And so for me, I'm probably going to put this coloring in B just because it's not my absolute favorite. You know, it could be a lot better with some minor tweaks to the tone of the overall body, but just it doesn't hit as hard as the other two for me personally. Scarlet and Violet just has high spawn rates. I feel like the feeling of earning the shiny, but I get why people want an indicator for sure. I indeed just give us just give us some sort of indicator that the Pokemon is shiny. Some shinies are more or less identical, tiny both, and that assumes people aren't colorblind or something, which, yeah, that's another thing taking into consideration. Like, I'm sure they had their reasons that they didn't want to do it. Maybe they wanted it to feel more realistic because you wouldn't see those sparkles, and they wanted to save it for the encounter, but I don't know. I kind of liked that about Arceus. Like, how do you go from a blue Snorunt to just a red-eyed Glalie? I don't understand. That's fair. That's fair. Oh yeah, that's because you said I wasn't a fan of shiny Glalie. Totally fair. A lot of people, I think, could say it's too subtle for them, and I understand. Needs more red. Yeah, I mean, I would say that would work better. Going on a spiel, that's it, Richard. Clamperl is a Pokemon I don't normally think much about, but its shiny is great. I'm glad you think so, Mask, because I was curious what you guys think of these guys, but I think they're good. I think they're good. Oh my gosh, shiny Fiona live with Masuda method on Scarlet with your live stream. It prevails again. No way, Pixie. Congratulations. That's amazing. Only 518 eggs. Well done, Pixie Dust. That's fantastic. Congratulations. And Sora, hello. Welcome. I hope you're doing well. Morning. I was shocked when I saw how small Huntail is. For some reason, I thought it was big. So did I. So did I, Kyogen. I thought it was a big one too. Yeah. It isn't, which is kind of sad. I don't like the mustardy color. I agree. I think that it's not the best combo on this one for me personally. But you know what I do love? Relicanth. One of my favorite underrated Pokemon. It deserves so much more love. It deserves so much more praise. It's a great Pokemon and it has a fantastic shiny. This is easy going S tier. Easy S tier. I don't even care. I love it. I know that this is a Pokemon a lot of people probably don't even think about, but I was so excited when I finally hunted mine in Sword and Shield in the DLC. I mean, I phased a couple times for that guy. I phased with a Basculin, I phased with the Dratini, and then I got my Relicanth, and I was so happy that I did because it is such a good shiny Pokemon. I always recommend it as a hunt to go for. Like, if you're on the fence, do it. You won't regret it. Love Disc. Ooh, Love Disc. The little gold heart. I adore Love Disc. And it's because of the Pokemon episode with Love Disc. I mean, I just think it's really, really cool. This is going to be funny because it's a pink Pokemon, which is like my favorite color. And it's turning into like that goldy color, which is, you know, I could say based on the themes of my choices, it's not my absolute favorite color overall. But I do really like this color for Love Disc. I'm going to put it in A. I like it a lot. It's high A for me as well, but just, you know, maybe they could have done it like, I don't know. Maybe they could have done blue. Maybe they could have done purple. Maybe they could have done black or something. I don't know. I think it's really good. I'm happy to sit it in A. If you wanted to put it in S, I wouldn't argue. I think it's pretty darn great. But I chose Torchic and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire mainly because I was never able to receive the event Torchic. Ah, that's fair. Yeah, and X and Y. I get that. Relicanth has to be perfect. It hasn't evolved in thousands of years after all. Exactly, Mass. Exactly. It's not even that I'm saying it's perfect. It just is. I wanted one from Dynamax Adventures, but it said, how about 4 Bishop? Oh my gosh, 4? Cypher, hello. Gen 3 overall has some amazing designs. I agree. There's a lot of like, I was going to say uniqueness, but I just want to say it's very unique in terms of a lot of the designs here. Like, I don't know. They just feel all very Pokemon, and I love that. I love that a lot. And now moving along to Bagon, Shelgon, and Salamence. Ooh. I like this line of Pokemon, and I like this line of shinies. I'm going to be honest with you guys. I actually really like them a lot. I feel like I want to put Bagon in A, Salamence in A. Shelgon's actually not too bad. But I'd put it in a B just because it's like, it's nice, but it kind of loses its, it kind of falls out with the other two in its line. I like them a lot. I like the vibrancy on them. I think high A for these guys for me. And I think high B for Shelgon as well. I do like the color. I just think it's a little bit subtle. But I'm not mad at it. I feel like if these guys had even taken on this color, I would have just put them all in A like then as well. I don't dislike them. The living fossil. I love Relicanth. It's really good. I wanted to get Relicanth shiny. How do you get it? You can hunt it in the DLC in the area. You know the Dynamax, the big Dynamax tree in the Crown Tundra? In the water in there. That's how I hunted mine, in that area. But they're not like a super common spawn, so I would recommend using the knockout method to get them to spawn more often. How to love this breed? I have no idea. I think maybe they just kiss. I don't know. They just sort of do. Same as Wailmer and Skitty. That's it, Vass. I wanted a chance to use Mega Blaziken. Mega Blaziken is quite cool. I can't lie. Looking back, the Relicanth video you made was like 2 years ago. Crazy how time flies. I know. I still can't believe it was that long ago because I remember that hunt. Like, pretty vividly, too. Gorbis always looked like the evolution of Luvdisc to me. I could totally see that. I always thought, like, isn't it Alola Malola? Olbola? I always thought that should have been the evolution to Luvdisc. Gotta go. I'm used to saying good luck, but I suppose that doesn't apply here, so enjoy yourself. Aw, thank you, Vass. I appreciate that. It was lovely to have you in the stream, and you take care, okay? Thanks for being here. I've seen some not great Wailmer and Skitty out. Oh my gosh, I wouldn't even risk Googling it. I don't want to be traumatized. Okay, cool. I'll have a look. Sounds good, Don. I wish you luck. Mega's a fun mechanic, and I miss Gen 7's national decks. I agree, Sora. Both opinions I agree with. Now getting into, oh my gosh, I can't believe we're getting close to the end here. Beldum, Metang, and Metagross. I know that a couple people were waiting for this. I don't even think you needed to wait for this. They're all going in S. All of them. The silver looks super, super clean with like the gold accents. The red eyes. This is a really nice combination of colors and just... They look like trophies. They look like trophies to me. And they feel like trophies because the catch rate on these things is abysmal. It's horrible, but they're so worth hunting. And I definitely recommend them. They're great shinies, but be prepared. Be prepared for a battle because they have the same catch rate as legendary Pokemon. So I wish you guys luck. You got this. Megas are a fun mechanic. Yeah. Alomomola. Yeah. No, that one exactly. The one that I can't pronounce. The one. They might make it to Skitty tier. Potentially, Richard. Unpopular opinion, but I like the elemental monkeys and Pansear is my favorite. I like the elemental monkeys too. I personally prefer the Panpour. I prefer the water types, but I do like the elemental monkeys too. I think they're good. Yes, Magneto, the Metagross. Yeah, the Metagross. You already know it. You already know it, Don. I love it. It's the perfect nickname. Okay, and now we're getting into the legendaries and the mythicals, starting with Regichock. I mean, you guys know I recently wrapped up the hunt for the first 3 Regis here, so I gotta go ahead. I do have to put Regichock in S tier. It's a really good shiny. I love it a lot. I love the chocolatey vibes of this guy. It makes it really, really great. Registeel, I think I like Registeel slightly more than Regichock, but it's still just up there. It looks fantastic. Both of them look really, really good. What's really funny about this is my favorite base design for the Regis is Regice, but it is not my favorite shiny Regi. That is for dang sure. And unfortunately, I mean, in older games, it was a little bit easier to tell the shiny, but now, I mean, you really got to be paying attention if you're going to hunt this thing. It's a badge of honor to say you've hunted Regice and found it. And for this, I have to put it in D. It's probably one of the only legendaries / mythicals that will end up in D, but I think everybody can understand why it's there. Not sure why some struggle to pronounce it. Zia, I don't know. I struggle with a lot of words. I'll be honest. For me, I burnt my hand at an attempt to dye my dolls. Oh no, that's so sad. I hope you're okay. I found multiples of shiny Metagross, Salamence, Azumarill, and Flygon lines. Ooh, they're all good ones. They're all really good. Color dye developer contains chemicals that burn my skin. It's very corrosive. Yeah, you have to be super careful, especially if you're using things like bleach. I still want to have, I still have my shiny Beldum gift you, get from Steven. I believe it was a mystery gift, I think, but it's in my Pokemon home box. Oh, that's sweet, Saber. Like I said, next time I have to do trades, I'll have to try and get you on there so we can do that. I'm about to pass out. Be safe, everyone. Oh, no, Storm. Have a good sleep. It was lovely to get to have you in the stream. You take care, okay? Pokemon should just lean into the DeviantArt and make Pokemon that only appear as a beautiful person like Ditto. I feel like the one thing, though, is it kind of just reminds me of a Pokemon version of Skinwalkers. And that's kind of creepy, right? You see what I'm saying with that? I don't know. Maybe it's just me. Now we have Latios and Latios. Okay. I mean, are you guys surprised? Once again, S tier. Both of them are gorgeous. Both of them are so good. I love these shinies. I mean, they're perfect. This is the concept they should have ran with Minun and Plusle. It would have been the easiest solution. This is what you should do. You have a red and a blue, you do this to the shinies. That's all that had to happen. I don't know how it went so wrong, but hey, listen. I'm happy with these two, and I'll take that at least. I'll take that at least. And also, yeah, Regice took a long time. Yeah, it can. Regice in old games look so much better. I do agree. It was much more obvious. I fumbled my words when I record. It's so annoying when it happens. Oh gosh, Don. Yeah, it happens. And sometimes when I'm editing, it's funny because it's like you'll do all this recording and then what you actually like leave in is like, yeah, you guys didn't want to see all the misspeaking that was actually around all the cuts. It happens too often. Good. I was hoping S tier. I personally love them. I think they look really, really good this way. They look super fun and dynamic, and I don't know, I just look at these colors on them and they make me happy. Latios might be worth a brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl hunt, to be honest. I only have Shield and don't want to buy a whole extra game just for a sweet Dynamax. Oh yeah, for sweet Dynamax odds. Latios took me 5 raids. Wow, that's really good. 5 raids? That's nice. See, I'm not the biggest fan of them. That's fair. I like them a lot. I'm a big fan of these guys. That's why the Pokemon video is taking so long. Oh, trust me, Don, I feel you, but it'll be worth it. You got this. You keep sticking through it. I believe in you. Now we have Kyogre and Groudon. I feel like this is probably the most controversial of all of the legendary color palettes that we have here in terms of ranking, because I think that the argument people have is kind of the same thing for both of them, and it's that they're just too loud is what a lot of people say. If we have a look at my favorites, I think we can definitely acknowledge that I'm somebody who I appreciate a loud shiny. I'm not one to shy away. And for me, honestly, I, in good faith, look at these and I think these look cool. They're very different. They're bright. They're funky. You know, yeah, you could make them look sick and make them go like all black or all white or something, or all red, and like, yeah, that's going to look cool, but I don't know. I feel like for me, I enjoy the fact that a shiny can look so different. And for me, maybe it doesn't look like this is the color that Kyogre should be, or maybe this is the color that Groudon should be, but I don't think that shinies have to do that. Sometimes they can look awkward, and sometimes they might not be the best fit. But in my opinion, I like this look for Kyogre and Groudon. It feels very reminiscent of the time that these games came out. And, you know, I kind of like it. I don't want to strip every Pokemon of looking fun with the shiny because it's a bright color. And I mean, you guys can see I definitely lean into that a lot. So for me, I think personally, Kyogre and Groudon both deserve S. I like them both a lot. I actually would have, like a couple of years ago, probably put Groudon a little bit lower. But over time, Groudon has grown on me. And I just want to also say this. I have never, in any Pokemon game, including Go, I have never got a shiny Groudon. So this is a Pokemon I've not seen the shiny of at all. So one day I look very forward to hunting it. I'm pretty excited about that. Might be since my dad is a teacher, I have an easier time with pronunciation. We play Word Feud a lot. Oh, that's really cool. Probably. That probably does help a lot. Rayquaza is S tier. I mean, we are up to Rayquaza right now. Kyogre is such a goated shiny. 27 Dynamax raids. Rayquaza, on the other hand, was about 400. Dang. It's worth it though, isn't it? It looks so good. Too crazy for me. I prefer cool. That's fair. That's fair. And you're allowed to think that. Juicy Lemon Groudon. I kind of want to call it juicy if I ever get one. I just like Groudon at first, but now I think they're decent. And that's exactly what I did, Zizao. I was the same way. I was like instantly, I was like, Kyogre's way better. But for me, I don't know. They've both grown on me. I think they're funky. I enjoy them. Yeah, Sparta, embrace the shiny Groudon. Thank you, Richard. Thank you. I love both. I love Kyogre more, so it's a bias S tier for me. Yeah, and maybe it's a little bit biased, but like I said, Groudon's just grown on me over time, and Kyogre I always really liked, so I'm happy with this. Groudon shiny is good in my opinion, especially its primal. Yes, the primal looks fantastic. And then, of course, I mean, Rayquaza. Or as some people say, Rayquaza. Rayquaza to me is one of the GOATs. It is one of the GOATs. Rayquaza is just like everything that you want a shiny to be and to feel like. The specialness, the coolness. Like if you're going to put in hours and hours and hours, potentially days, potentially weeks, potentially months into a shiny hunt, I think one shiny that people could definitely say would be well worth all of that, and I think across the board, is Rayquaza. Like, you know, Rayquaza can take a long time, but I've never heard somebody say, oh yeah, my Rayquaza is taking way too long, I'm going to give up because I don't think it's worth it. Like, no one ever gives up on Rayquaza because they don't think it's worth it. It is a fantastic shiny. Everything about it feels cool. It's got the black and yellow, but also with the red. It just added extra cool points. I mean, you guys know I'm a big fan more so of the cute Pokemon. I do like cool Pokemon as well, but I mean, I'm definitely more... I sway more towards cute Pokemon. But Rayquaza is just sick. It's just sick. I love it. And I mean, you already knew it was going in S. You already knew it was going in S. And it deserves S. It does. I don't care what anyone says. I know some people will try to say it's overrated. I don't think it's overrated. I think it very much so well deserves its top rating in S and to be loved by the people that it is loved by because it does look really, really good. Groudon shiny is good in my opinion, especially. Yes, that is true. If you hunt Groudon, I will too. I will have to do that at some point. It is on my list, Vix. It's just getting through all the shinies I've been meaning to do, and legendaries always seem to take a long time. So we'll see what I go for. I might do a Reggie after I do Uxie, and then we'll see what I end up going for next. Make Rayquaza a tier. It deserves it. It honestly does. It's great. It's not a goat, it's a snake. That's true, Chris. My bad. I remember Sana of Hololive's shiny Rayquaza hunt. It was awesome when she finally got it. Oh, that's really cool. So many first version shiny legendaries that maybe I should just get Sword on Black Friday so I don't have to Brilliant Diamond Shining Pearl Hero Groudon Latios. It's not a bad idea because that's coming up, isn't it? Latios is my go. It's really, really good, Brian. I love it. Shiny Rayquaza is the only shiny Pokemon in Pokemon Conquest, the most goated spin-off of DS games. I mean, I do love my Mystery Dungeon, but Conquest, I mean, that's fair. That's fair. Thank you, Brian. I appreciate that. Now getting down to the final two. I mean, I hate to be like, oh yes, all of the legendaries and mythicals belong in S tier, but a lot of them are really good. And listen, the one that didn't deserve to be there wasn't there, okay? At least in my opinion. I love Jirachi. I love Jirachi so much. And you know what? This is a subtle change on Jirachi, but I think it's really impactful. I like it a lot. I think it looks really, really cute. And I feel like it blends in well. Like if you just put it next to, Rayquaza, like, they complement each other super, super well. I mean, I love it. I think it looks nice. The red, the whitey sort of cream gray body with the red. I mean, it looks really, really good. This is a shiny that I think anyone would be happy to own. So I love it. I think it's fantastic. Nobody would ever give up on shiny hunting Rayquaza. Me looking at the Dynamax NPCs dying all the time because I got no friends. Oh, Saber. And what I mean is you don't give up because you don't think it's worth it. You know what I mean? You might give up on it, but it's not because it's not worth it. Because it is worth it. Rayquaza the goat, aka a Pokemon who raised my sword OC as a baby. Oh, I love that. That's cool. Alright, guys. And we are finally here at the final Pokemon of Gen 3, ranking all the shiny Pokemon, in my opinion, on the tier list of what I think they deserve. I was going to do all the forms of Deoxys, but I was like, they're all the same colors. So I just feel like, you know, we'll just have the one standard model as the picture here. I once again really do like the shiny. I like it. I think it looks good. It's iconic. I mean, the thing for me with a lot of legendaries and mythicals and why they always rank so high for me is because I feel like a lot of their shinies are so iconic, and you might see people that don't really shiny hunting legendaries or mythicals because they just feel extra special, and like maybe they won't hunt a bunch of other Pokemon, but what they will go for, it'll be Deoxys. And I think that's fair. So I'm going to try. I don't think I can get all of this in one list, in one shot. But as you can see, I think looking at this, I'm pretty happy with the list that I have here for ranking all the gen. Sorry, did I say gen 3? What am I talking about? Boop, 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 reset. I'm ranking all of the Gen 3 shiny Pokemon. In my opinion, this is my list, and I'm pretty happy with this. I don't think there's anything here that I'm like, no, that doesn't belong there. Now, in the future, when I shiny hunt some of these Pokemon, because there are many Gen 3 Pokemon I have not shiny hunted, they might move up a little bit. I don't think anything I'd really move down, but I think that other Pokemon would probably move up a little bit more once I actually hunt them for myself. You guys will kind of see a lot of Pokemon in these higher ranks are Pokemon that I have already shiny hunted myself. So I would say there's definitely room for me to move things, but this is kind of where I'm at. And I feel pretty happy with this for the most part. Obviously, some of these I would be happy to put maybe in a rank above, and I wouldn't complain with you about that. But other than that, I think I could sleep at night with this and say, yeah, this is pretty accurate. I feel like this is consistent with what I feel. Latios is my go. It's really good. Saber, have no fear. I did solo Rayquaza and it took 400 raids, stack on the ice types, and it's not as bad as Zygarde, Yveltal, Kyogre. So you can do this? Yes. I love the encouragement, Richard, and you do got this, Saber. You don't give up on shiny Rayquaza, you just take a long break. Exactly. Thanks, Don. I'll take that. It's okay if you don't agree with everything on the list. That's totally fine. I can live with it. This is just my opinion. Like I said, this is just based on the shiny Pokemon. This is not what I think of the actual Pokemon themselves, because many of these Pokemon would be ranked a lot higher if I was doing that. I don't think there'd be very many Pokemon in D or C, to be honest. But in terms of shiny Pokemon, this is how I feel about the Gen 3 shinies, and I'm pretty content with this. Yeah, shiny hunting legendaries is so rewarding since you can only get one per save file. Exactly, that's it. Thanks, guys. I'll keep trying because that's just the shiny hunter in me not wanting to drop it fully. I mean, it even took me a solid 2.3k eggs for a shiny Froakie in Scarlet and Violet. Well done for sticking that out, Saber. You got this. I love shiny Jirachi. It's literally based on a wishing star and it represents those Japanese wishing charms. Yes, and it's so cute. It's so cute. I mean, listen, Pokemon, if you're watching, if you want an idea to make a lot of money off people for merch, just make the shiny legendaries and the shiny mythicals in plushies, but make sure it's the shiny form. People will buy it. I know you've done a shiny Rayquaza plushie before, and I know it sold out because I couldn't get it. So definitely do more shiny mythicals and legendaries, and they will sell out easily. But I think with that, you guys, I'm going to go ahead and I'm going to wrap up the stream there. This was kind of a long one. I can't believe I just talked about shiny Pokemon for like nearly 3 hours, and this is just one generation. And I honestly could say a lot more. Like, you know, there's always more you can talk about, but I think, you know, without getting into semantics, I think that that's a pretty good briefing on my opinion on these shinies. Like I said, on the day, I might move a couple of these up depending how I feel. I wouldn't really move anything down, but I'm happy with that. Thank you guys so much for hanging out with me, and I hope you enjoyed, and thank you for being so respectful of my opinions. I really do appreciate it. Like I said, when you guys are really good about this stuff, I always get a little nervous doing tier lists because I don't want people to take things the wrong way, so thank you, and thank you for hanging out with me. And we do have one more stream this week, which will be tomorrow. I'm not yet sure what it will be. I don't know if we will continue shiny hunting, or I don't know if we'll be playing another game. I'm going to see how I feel when the stream comes around. Maybe we'll do a longer one to end off the week. We'll just happen to see what happens with that. But either way, it was a good time. Aw, thank you, Kirijan. I appreciate that. Thank you, Saber. Thank you, Jerka. It was lovely to have you. You take care. Goodbye, Grappler. Thank you again for the support this stream. I really appreciate that. Yeah, Latias plushie. That would be so cute. Yeah, but a cool list and all. I'm gonna let you finish, but have you considered that your opinions are wrong? Like Kanye reference. I see that, Richard. I see that. I mean, listen, opinions subjectively can be wrong, right? So it's fine with me. Of course, Cecil, thank you for being here. An awesome way to spend 3 hours. Aw, thank you, Brian. I had a lot of fun doing it. Thanks for hanging out, guys. Saber says, bye, guys. Have a nice day or night and be safe. Thank you, Saber. You too. And thanks for hanging out in the stream. Thanks, everyone. Have a good day. Oh, thank you, Richard. You too. Take care. Have a good one. You take care as well, Brian. Vix, thanks for sharing. See you next time. Yes, sounds good, Vix. Thank you for hanging out and talking about shinies with me. I appreciate you. And Kira, thanks for the stream. Get enough rest and have a good night. Oh, thank you, Kira. I appreciate that. And you too. It was lovely to have you in the stream. But I have an idea for another list, ranking the games on how fun they are to shiny hunt. Ooh, that's not a bad idea, Zizao. I do want to do a couple of different tier list streams in the future, so that is not a bad suggestion. Thank you very much. Goodbye, Zia. Yes, until next time, you take care. Have a good one. It was lovely to have you. Okay, now I'm going to try and get sleep and ignore my roommate attempting to wake me up. Have a good day, Butter. Rest well, and ask you another question next stream. Oh, Dawn, that's really sweet. Thank you. I really appreciate that. You take care. Have a wonderful rest. I hope work goes amazingly tomorrow, and you take care. I will see you hopefully in a future stream soon, Dawn. Bye. Goodbye, Indigo. Yes, until the next one, have a good one. You too, Indigo. Thank you for being here. It was lovely to have you. Bye-bye, Kirajan. You take care, and goodbye, Zizao. You guys are all amazing. Thanks for hanging out. And I will see you guys in the next one, which will be probably tomorrow. All right, guys. Bye.